Man, this is about to be the most controversial video I probably ever recorded in my life. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. This probably be the last time I even care about this dude at all, or ever again for that matter. But here we are reacting to a content nuke on Hasan Piker. Now, for those of you guys who are even wondering why I'm doing this, consider I mostly only cover anime and whatnot. Is for those of you guys who knew, I made a video back then, not even back then, like a couple of days ago, reacting to Hasan going on Trash Taste, and I guess his brigade of people or fans, found me and was talking all this stuff about how positive he is and how I'm wrong and yada yada yada, and how he even had some people talking about how I'm a right wing dude and whatnot. The usual nonsense, the shaming tactics that politicians and stuff do to each other, which is stupid as hell. I don't care about politics in the slightest. The only thing that I know about Hasan is that he's really, really not well liked, and he has some really bad takes. I didn't dig deep into this, but I was like, you know what? Since so many people want to go yell in my comment section, why not just make this go full circle? I'm going to go into this open-minded. I'm going to go into this with every other previous thought that I have basically known about him as before. I'm going to keep that in mind, but I'm going to go into this completely in the dark, basically. How technically I was going in the dark because I really still don't know much about him. But apparently this guy used to work with him, and I was recommended this by somebody who knows a lot more about this guy than me. So we're gonna see how this goes, and this is an hour-long video, so I understand if you guys don't want to watch. But for those of you guys who are wondering why I'm reacting to this, I'm just trying to get more perspective on this because I really am not deep into this whole politics and Palestine, Israel nonsense. Hell, I was literally overseas for 9 months to over a year, so I know the nonsense that's going on over there. I was literally just deployed there like months ago, like last year. From April all the way up to now, and I'm back home. So, we'll see how this goes. I don't think my view's really going to change that much on him. I mean, I don't really care about him, but I didn't like him either, to be honest, based on his takes that I did hear. So, we'll see how this goes. Let's see it.
The world would not be the same. Two people laughed.
Man, I feel like I'm watching a damn History Channel shit.
People were silent.
The production on this looks like it's about to be crazy.
I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu takes on.
Also, let me make sure the volume's up so you guys can hear. This video was posted 3 weeks ago too. Keep that in mind. This is still fairly recent.
Destroyer of worlds.
This isn't like some old stuff. Oh, here we go. Didn't somebody do like a content move on Pokemon? Also, I'm gonna try and make this entertaining to a degree. I'm gonna try and make this entertaining to a degree, but we'll see how this goes. Honestly, I'm gonna be real before we even get into this. I'm surprised that Twitch hasn't really banned him for the propaganda that he did stream while he was on Twitch. Because it clearly states in their TLS that you should not be even putting that kind of stuff on Twitch in the first place. But, I mean, here we are. Oh, okay, we got a preload and everything. This is about to be a movie.
Oh, hi there. It's me, your old friend, Ethan Klein. It's been a while since we've last spoken. In that time, I've had 3 kids, all boys. I've lost 100 pounds, and I've pissed off 75% of the internet. Probably a lot of you guys, too. Actually talking about there at the NRA meeting that's today in Texas. Someone should bomb.
I don't even know who he's talking about right now. I'm going to be real. I'm in the dark on this guy, too. I'm going to be real. So. Before anybody starts talking about how I'm supporter of this guy, I don't know who he is either. I don't know. Like, I'm in the complete darkness when it comes to all of this.
I'm cool like that now. Left or right, I always thought that, despite our differences, there was one thing we could all agree on. And what was that? that we love America. And
Okay, I will granted say that as far as America is concerned, it has its flaws. I'm gonna just say that it has its flaws. And honestly, I'm gonna be real. The country itself isn't the problem when it comes to a lot of the stuff that goes on, especially if you're talking about Middle East and whatnot. It's the politicians or the people in power. We gotta make that clear and straight right now. The freedoms that we have and everything like that that are protected by the people who go overseas. I mean, I literally did it. I literally went overseas to the Middle East. So I know what I'm talking about. They're just normal, ordinary citizens, just doing what they're told. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real with y'all. And as flawed as America is, I could say that out of every country that I'd want to live in, this is probably as close as you're gonna get to like a place where you can do free speech and all that stuff. So while I'll say I love the country, the politicians not so much. I think we could agree on that.
Stands for.
Mom and Dad and apple pie.
Sure, there's plenty to criticize and endless things to improve, but I thought it was about making a more perfect union, not tearing it down.
Marching bands.
It used to be that way.
The thing is, there's something kind of scary brewing in America. Communism.
That's America. That's America to me.
All right, well, this is about to be a freaking movie. This is about to be Jesus Christ, man.
Hasan Piker.
They're doing a bunch of
You
long
might remember
videos.
him from such classics as
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck.
See, yeah, now see, this is the clip I saw, and so many people were criticizing me in the comments for saying that this is crazy work. Like, in what universe is it to be saying that any country deserves this or any like that doesn't make sense. I literally had somebody yapping in my comment section talking about it's because America did this and yada yada with the Middle East and yada yada yada. So, because one bad thing happened, this bad thing should happen. Like, it sounded so stupid, bro. It sounded so stupid. It's like the eye for an eye dumbass argument. It's like, oh, because he did something bad, that means I can do something bad. It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Fuck it, I'm saying it. Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers in a video game. Sorry. Holy shit. That's not what I said. You dumb cracker bitch.
and of course, the Leftovers podcast, which was our show, which we made broadly to goof on the...
Which is the reason why I'm reacting to this specifically. If you guys are wondering why I'm reacting to this specifically, it's because I don't want to go on Hasan's freaking Twitch stream and get probably demonetized for showing, propaganda, because he's known for that. And because this guy literally had a whole podcast with him.
Antics of the right. Now, to be clear, I knew about all these edgy and controversial jokes at the time we made
You
the
guys
show.
can't even say I'm some right wing and all that crap. You can't even bring that argument up. Don't even bother. I don't want to hear it. If you guys even say that crap, I'm honestly just gonna delete your comment because I don't got time. I don't do politics. I don't do all that bullshit. Left, right, all that garbage. They don't even care about y'all in the first place. So why y'all be fighting so hard for two sides who don't care is beyond me. So don't even try it. Don't even try it, bro. I mentioned it in the video when it was talking about trash taste, which was all talking about trash taste in their podcast. I don't know why people even brought that up before, but we're not doing that here.
Together, because who am I to judge?
Here is Ethan Klein being a delightful human being.
I was just gonna say, if there's another Holocaust, if they start rounding up the Jews again, I hope Ben gets.
That's a pretty trash take. I'm not gonna lie to
He
you.
presents himself as someone like me, a left-leaning Democrat who supports basic things. And we went on making the show for about 2 years, and everything was good. Everyone was having fun. The audience was having fun. No problem. That was until this happened. We were doing our regular show, and for the first time I noticed an inordinate amount of radical, hardcore leftists. I mean, I thought we were social democrats, not whatever this was. I don't hate the idea of like people who can be successful. I think it's good that people can achieve success in the term monetary
that's
success.
a
I mean,
normal
that's what
take.
That means, right? I do.
That's
there's
a
nothing
pretty
wrong
normal
with
take.
that.
Because I see so many people in the chat saying no.
I don't know what y'all are tripping about. Like, what the fuck do you?
What is the idea
take?
that
Are you guys
people
like
are
just-
looking for?
You guys are all like.
Why would you say that being successful is a bad thing? That doesn't make any sense at all. That doesn't make any sense.
Radical communists? There's that many radical communists? Suck it, chat. You're watching a capitalist pig. Deal with it.
And then this happened. This comment from Hasan really started to sound some alarms in my head.
If you're in a socialist country with multiple parties, and one of the parties is a capitalist party, which would surely exist,
Yeah.
what would you do if that party started gaining momentum?
The solution to that would always be education and offering more
Re-education?
re-education, certainly, yeah. There should be an enforcement mechanism, and in that enforcement mechanism, I think like rehabilitation, which would include re-education as well.
If putting capitalists in re-education...
So basically brainwashing. Propaganda is what I'm getting here. Basically what the Nazis were doing. If I'm correct. Am I wrong on that? That's basically, okay, it's kind of like... yeah, no, not really. I mean, yeah. I would have to read back on my history. I'm pretty sure that they did that a lot. And any other opinions that was out there, that's basically what I'm getting at. Basically what Hasan's saying is I only want one opinion to be there, and any other opinions that I don't agree with, I want them censored, basically. Which is exactly what obviously Nazi Germany was doing. You know, burning books that didn't have anything to do with Germany and all that. The usual. That's what I'm hearing here. And yeah, he's right. If you want to get rid of one side, basically what you need to do is re-educate them and like take over the education system in general. Because the future is usually ended up being with the kids and whatnot. It's why a lot of times when stuff like this, especially when it comes to politics or whatever it may be, comes up, a lot of the times people target children because they're the most impressionable. I think that, yeah, he's right in that sense, but yeah, no, I would set some red flags off for me too. I'm not gonna lie, if I was doing this kind of thing.
Camps isn't disturbing enough. I started to notice that Hasan was carrying a lot of water for communist states' war crimes and genocides.
What do you call Crimea? I call it a part of Russian territory, bitch. That's what I call Crimea. I call it Crimea River, a Russian river. The annexation of Crimea is absolutely a justifiable annexation.
Tibet was literally a fucking feudal slave mandate, like
So
autonomous zone.
China did them a favor.
That was one. I mean, in America, when I say something like this, people get very upset. You know, we talk about the Dalai Lama saying "suck my tongue" or whatever, but like that's not far from the norm in fucking normal Tibetan existence before the Communist Party came in and
So
took
China
over.
unilaterally took over Tibet.
Like these are
their culture. They basically are trying to, homogenize the culture.
If your culture,
They're trying to spoil the religion and the identity.
the part of
they did them
feudal
a
warlords
favor.
and slavery, abolishing that, yes, I do think that is good.
No, China did them a favor.
This is a good way to describe Taiwan as well. The American federal government going into the fucking South and killing, unfortunately not all of them, but a decent amount of slavers and defenders of slavery. This is violent retribution from a powerful federal government
Tibet was a separatist.
that squashed, okay?
Tibet is the South in the Civil War?
Yes.
And most disturbingly, a complete whitewashing of the Chinese genocide against their Muslim minority group, the Uyghurs.
Don't they have Uyghur death camps? Is that?
It's not a death camp. They were re-education camps, and they're no
Re-education
longer in
camps.
operation.
Really?
Is that
According
true?
to the Associated Press.
Okay. I saw this
But, yeah,
crazy
they're-
documentary, and I don't know. I don't know the surrounding narrative or anything about it, but it was about there was doctors in the area. They would be able to procure organs.
No,
or-
that's no.
I'm telling you, they were in China with.
Dog, that one is like Shen Yun,
They're like, we
Falun
can
Gong.
get you an organ from a Uyghur. But why is that? Is that really that crazy?
The fact that he's just straight up dismissing that is really sus. I'm just gonna say it. That's sus as hell.
The press quietly fucking wrote an article that didn't get a lot of coverage in mainstream media about how like, okay, well, all the concentration camps have been closed now. Like all the re-education camps are closed now in fucking Xinjiang, and it's like very different vibes in Xinjiang. And now it's the tourism hour.
Let's see what the Associated Press actually had to say about this. These are all AP articles from the last 2 years.
I'm just gonna say this now. Fox News or CNN are actually on some bullshit majority of the time, but you gotta take the two and kind of put them together to see what's actually going on.
UK independent body reports China committed genocide in Xinjiang. China sanctioned a U.S. research firm and 2 individuals over a report about the human rights violations in Xinjiang.
It's the tourism hour.
To China's fury, UN accuses Beijing of Uyghur rights abuses.
Tourism hour.
Uyghur County in China has the highest prison rate in the world. 1 in 25 people is in a Chinese prison.
It's the tourism hour.
That's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty bad.
48 Uyghurs detained in Thailand for almost 11 years are on hunger strike to protest their imminent deportation to China, where they face imprisonment or execution.
Not only does this AP article seem not to exist, reading the AP proved exactly the opposite. Hasan has happily eaten up the Chinese propaganda on this and has regurgitated it to his mainstream audience. Why is he defending China's genocide of their Muslim population? How does...
That's a good question, honestly. That's a really good question. For anybody who can answer me that down in the comment section, go ahead, because that sounds pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Does this even make sense? It only makes sense if A, he's being paid, or B, he has the political complexities of a 5-year-old. I know America Bad is a meme that people laugh at online, but with Hasan, this does actually seem to be the beginning and the end of his analysis.
2 principles. Let me explain to you. 2 principles that you should keep with you, coming from a person who's Turkish, okay? When you look at a situation in the Middle East, you look at what the local government is and who the Western forces are. Never align with the Western forces. So when I look at other countries, I look at the regional actor, whoever the regional power player is, and then I look at who is backed by the Western superpowers. That's a principle that you could take home with you. If you want to actually be moral, or if you want to be smart about the way you analyze other countries, that's one basic principle that you can take home with you. All of a sudden, magically, you are above on your foreign policy analysis. You're going to be better off than 90% of people that look at the situation.
After seeing all of this, I was already getting uncomfortable with our partnership.
I started to wonder if I had any idea who this guy actually is.
I'm not gonna lie,
then
that's a pretty crazy take, my dude, because the Middle East is not innocent by a long shot, bro. They've been fighting each other well before me, you, or any of us been born. They're not innocent by any means. They're just a means to an end. And if we want to talk about the Western powers, can we talk about how Russia is backing Iran? Can we talk about how China is backing Iran? Like, let's be real here. The Middle East is just a pawn in the whole grand scheme of things. The U.S. is using Israel as a proxy, and Iran's being used by Russia as a proxy. Because the 2 big countries don't want to fight themselves, they're making the smaller ones do it. And it's easier for them to make the 2 smaller ones do it because they both hate each other. They've been having beef that's been lasting centuries. And especially if you want to get biblical with it, they've been having beef that's been lasting since the beginning of damn time, bro. Like, let's get real with ourselves here. Whether it's the U.S. and the Western powers, or it's Russia, China, or anyone else, the only people who suffer in the end are the innocents, the people who just want to live their day-to-day lives. Like, let's be real with ourselves, man. Taking one side over the other doesn't make you morally better than somebody else, because both sides are bad in the first place. Especially if you want to talk about the Middle East, man. Let's be real. I've been over there, bro. I've seen how it goes. Trust me, it's no freaking party.
We have breaking news out of Israel this morning, where Hamas has launched a surprise attack within Israel's borders overnight.
After the shock of October 7th...
As a matter of fact, since we're talking about this, bringing up rocket attacks, I was there when Israel shot, or not Israel, when Iran was shooting those 200+ missiles over to Israel. I was literally there in Kuwait watching that shit. And I had friends in Jordan who literally got to see the missiles, like video recorded shit. They were there when that shit happened. This was not that long ago. I want to let y'all know, this was last year, and I was sitting in the Middle East. The shit, it's not no joke.
I noticed a huge increase of anti-Semitic comments from Hasan's stream and Discord, including from his head mod. I was disturbed that Hasan was seemingly okay with this.
And you, like, do you care that your
your chat is calling me racist, do you make any attempt to modify?
I have not looked at my chat.
Moderate that at all?
I have not looked at my chat at all, but you
I
have
just
to
opened it, but don't you have moderators? Do you care at all about what your audience says about
There's
me?
32,000 people in here right now.
I'm just trying to tell you guys how.
I'm just gonna say this before we even get further. You can't control what people say in your chat, especially if you have a chat as large as his. I'll say that, but to defend it will be really stupid, especially if they're saying stuff that they shouldn't be saying. That's all I'm gonna say. You can't control what other people do, but you can limit it. You can limit the nonsense. That's all I'm gonna put out for that. So I'm not gonna call him out on, oh, you know, he can do this, that, or the third. But I guarantee he could to a degree. I bet he has mods to a degree that would ban something that he doesn't want to be there, but leave something that he does want to be there.
It feels. And I'm fucking shocked that you don't care that people in your chat are saying, "Who the fuck is this child? Cold, arrogant, kind as fuck."
I love you, but there's only so much I can do.
How can you be surprised when your Discord is literally full of fucking?
Ethan, I love you, but there's only so much I can do if you're making that argument. You know that, right? Like
Hasan's chat had been calling me a Zionist, baby-killing genocider. Maybe it is unreasonable that I'm asking him to moderate his chat for a friend. He doesn't even know where I'm coming from because it's not something he would ever ask for.
And all these other content creators actually, you know, whipping their communities when their chat is going fucking absolutely bananas over random dumb shit and bringing my name up for no fucking reason. That you were just allowing that shit to run rampant in your chat. And I thought that was fucked up.
Ethan, I love you, but there's only so much I can do.
I'm about to say, that's pretty hypocritical. You're saying one thing, but then you're saying this now. That's pretty hypocritical. I'm not gonna lie.
Especially as someone who thought we were fucking friends. I think that's a reasonable expectation for someone who you consider to be a friend.
The problem wasn't that he was pro-Palestinian, because I share a lot of those views, and I've been a stalwart supporter of the Palestinian cause for many years. The problem with Hasan's coverage, and a lot of people like him, was their complete lack of empathy for the Jewish people who were frankly slaughtered by Hamas. He refused to show even a crumb of empathy for the Jewish victims.
But listen, see, here's the thing. I don't care if you support Hamas or not Hamas, because you shouldn't be supporting them anyways. Freaking terrorist group. I don't care if you support Israel or Palestine. The people who always suffer in the end are going to be the innocents on both sides. That's how I see it. As somebody who had to go over there, and maybe I didn't go to Israel because I only went to a couple of places in the Middle East, but for the places I did go, I saw how it was. And I'm going to be real with you, the people who suffer in the end are always the innocents, the people just living day to day. It's the people in power that have control of all this shit. If we really want to be talking nonsense, bruh, if we really want to go in there, technically, the people who are the higher ups or even the world powers are the ones in control of this whole shit. It's just it's just a stage. It's just a stage, man. And whether it be America or Russia or China, any of these big powers, it's just a stage to them. It is just a stage. It's the reason why the Middle East has still been to this day fighting over dumb shit. It's ridiculous.
Listen to what this guy has to say.
And as you might have seen, there was some sort of rave or desert party where they were having a great time until the resistance came in electrified hang gliders and took at least several dozen hipsters. But I'm sure
I remember this. There was a lot of these kind of protests in 2023.
But nobody had seen this coming.
I mean, that's insane, right?
I don't even... Yeah, okay.
And let's be real, that October 7th event, terrible. It's the reason why this whole Hamas thing is a problem in the first place. I think we can all agree in chat that whole entire nonsense was bad. There's no excuse for it whatsoever. And if anybody defends Hamas for what they did, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. Honestly, you need help. Because I don't care what side you support. I don't. But kidnapping people, torturing people, keeping people held against their will, and let alone the list of other crap that I probably can't even see in this video, let's be real. There's no excuse for any of that. None. Zero.
Like,
okay. I'm just criticizing people. You don't have to comment if you're not comfortable about it.
I honestly felt at times that he and his audience barely thought of Israelis as humans.
But this dude just called babies militants.
No, I understand. And there are baby settlers as well. But
and there you have it. Bruh. I mean, it's you can't make this shit up. How the fuck are babies military targets? How? That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense.
There are baby settlers as well. There are babies in the settlements.
Part of running defense for Hamas is
that doesn't make
downplaying
sense.
The violence, specifically the sexual violence, which he's done a lot of.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th.
But this was one of the other clips that I saw, which really made me not like him. In fact, this was one of the reasons why I was talking the way I was in my first video that I made talking about Hasan when it came to the Trash Taste podcast, is because this, bro. Are you serious? Like, are we serious right now? Are we serious? And keep in mind, I think some of these were back from like 2016 or whatnot, and they ended up popping up later on. But like, are we serious right now? Come on. Like, how do y'all defend this? I want to know. For anybody who is a Hasan Piker defender, I want to know how you defend this. I'm being dead serious. I mean, it's already bad enough with all the other crap, and we're not even an hour in.
It doesn't
We're
change
not
the
even.
dynamic
We're not even
for me
20 minutes
this
in.
much. So that's the other part of this problem that many people that can't contend with. Like, the Palestinian resistance is not perfect. They're not like so good. They have magical bullets.
Bruh, that is no excuse. Bruh, I don't give a crap what kind of freedom fighter you are. There is no excuse for that. There is no excuse for sexual abuse. I don't give a fuck. What? Like, what? What? This is about to be a long video, y'all. I'm just letting y'all know now. If you're this deep in, this is about to be a long-ass video. Like, imagine if the Rebel Alliance, like, let's put this in Star Wars terms. That Rebel Alliance, an actual freedom fighter group, was out there taking prisoners and, you know, all that shit, and, you know, sexually abusing them. Would we be supporting them? I don't think so. We'd be voting for the fucking Empire, bro. What the fuck are we talking about? Like, what?
Resistance is not perfect.
Yeah, this
They're
is
not
about
like
to be bad.
so good. They have magical bullets.
Like, how do y'all defend this, bro? I'm gonna be real. How, bro? I don't get it. How?
It's not perfect.
Of course, if you compare the raw numbers, Gazans have lost a lot more than Israelis. 40,000 people have died, and neighborhoods have been completely flattened during this war. And while we should...
A war that should never have been happening in the first place, I might add. Once again, this is just a stage for the big superpowers. Iran being used by Russia and China and North Korea, and Israel being used by the U.S. Neither side is good. And once again, like I said before, only the innocents get to suffer. But for some reason, I'll never understand it when it comes to these kind of things. People only take one side or the other, or in this case, support terrorist groups because they support their ideals. How? And they be excused. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Keep their plight at the top of our minds at all time. It also doesn't mean that we should disregard the lives of the Jewish people who are also affected by this.
Exactly.
Even if their suffering on the whole is not as great. Some of you
Like,
may know that...
First of all, first thing I gotta say here is, what is this? The suffering Olympics? Both sides are taking losses. This should never be happening at all. It's the same thing that's happening with Ukraine and Russia. At the end of the day, this war should have never fucking happened. And at the end of the day, both Russians and Ukrainians are suffering from it. The Russians are suffering because they're getting put into a war that nobody asked for. And the Ukrainians are being suffering because they're getting attacked for no damn reason. It's not like Ukraine was out there attacking Russia and this whole thing started because of them. No, Russia or Putin decided to attack Ukraine out of thin air. Nobody was agreeing with it. Nobody was like, yeah, we want this war and all that. Nobody. That's why you saw that when people, you know, when people started getting recruited for the war, people were trying to run. Even people in Russia were trying to escape. You had protests in Russia trying to tell them to end the war, and they were being arrested and live, bruh. Live. Like, what are we fucking talking about? It doesn't matter what side is on. War will always have innocents being the ones who suffer. And in this case, with Hamas, if you guys are talking about them specifically, they're the ones who started this bullshit off in the first place. Kidnapping people and who knows what else. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? And don't get me started on the recent events with the whole thing with that mother and her 2 children who were killed recently, and then Hamas brings their bodies out in coffins. Like, come on, bro. What are we talking about?
I'm an Israeli dual citizen. My wife is Israeli. My kids are half Israeli. And my entire in-law is Israeli. I lived there for 5 years, and I grew a closeness with the country and its people. One of the biggest issues between me, Hasan, and his community was that I am in favor of a 2-state solution, while they are in favor of a 1-state solution. Their theory is that after the October 7th attack, Israel should just dissolve its borders and let Hamas enter Israel unrestrained.
What do you think Israel should have done in response to October 7th?
Wait. So to the response of Hamas basically going out of nowhere and kidnapping a bunch of people and who knows what else, they should just open their borders? The fuck? Okay.
Indiscriminately bombing Gaza, I think the first thing to do in that situation would be to dismantle the government in the way that it existed, like get Netanyahu out of power.
Okay. So you're saying Israel in response... Hold on, dude. You're saying in response to this terrorist attack, Israel should have dismantled their own government.
First set of actions would be to democratically take Netanyahu out of power. Yes.
The problem is that Israel's been at war with its neighbors for 70 plus years, and it makes a lot of sense that there be some distrust there. Is it really insane to think that Jews, as an ethnic minority in Israel, would not be safe? After all, Israel is a country of refugees.
Yeah, I'm about to say, they literally got driven out of Germany, and that's the only reason they're there in the first place. And then there's some of them that were just born there, because it's been that long. It's been that long. Like, what the fuck? What are we talking about, bruh? And I don't know if you guys have seen Hamas's banner, but it basically says "Death to America, curse the Jews," and what is it? There's like one more thing. There's like one more thing that I'm forgetting. It's like "Death to America, curse the Jews," and something else. Oh yeah, "Death to Israel." Why am I not? I forgot. How could I forget about that? And then, like, how would letting Hamas into a place where they want to slaughter the people they actively hate be a good thing?
The Jews didn't come from
takes zero
Europe after
brain
the
cells,
Holocaust.
bro.
They came from the surrounding Arab countries that expelled them in massive amounts following the 1948 war. In fact, there was more Jews displaced than Palestinians during the Nakba. 1 million Jews. All of these surrounding Arab countries had vibrant Jewish communities in huge number, hundreds of thousands. Now, if you look at them, you're looking at close to, if not literally, 0 Jews left in these countries.
Just to give you an idea, here's a visual representation of the Jewish refugees after 1948. Morocco had 265,000 Jews. Now it has 2,000. Algeria had 140,000.
Yeah, no.
Now it has about 50. Iraq had 150,000 Jews. Now 10. And I want to give a special shout out to my boy over in Afghanistan, one known Jew.
I'm gonna be real. Shit, Afghanistan went radio silent after we left. And me personally, as far as Afghanistan is concerned, I think we should have left that place years ago. But if there are Jews there, man, it's probably rough. The one known Jew, he probably fighting for his life, and that ain't even a joke, bro. Afghanistan is something else. I'll just say that.
We know him. We love him. He's the one Afghan Jew.
They were forced to leave their homes, their lives, their property, and migrate to the only place in the world that would accept them, which was Israel. The irony of this whole situation is that after the 1948 war, when Israel won the war to declare its independence, the Arab countries got super anti-Semitic against their own Jewish citizenry that had nothing to do with Israel. And as a result, they kicked them all out, 1 million plus of them, and forced them to go the one place they hated the most, Israel. And now those same people that forced them out of their homes are telling them they don't belong there. So if the Jews of Israel are surrounded by Islamic militant terrorist groups that have stated their goal is to annihilate Israel as a Jewish state. And considering the historical context of Jews being pogromed from Arab countries, is it really that crazy for them to not feel safe as an ethnic minority, even a little bit?
Here's the thing. Yeah, no, he's definitely right about that. Because that's... How are you going to kick some people out, make them be forced to go to another country, and then go to another country, and then want to declare that the country is based on that, though you're the ones who kicked them out? Like, how does that work? How? It does not work whatsoever.
And that's pretty much the entirety of our disagreement. Despite what you've read on TikTok and Twitter, I've donated $6,500 to a Palestinian charity after the war started.
Hey, Ethan Klein, thank you for the dono. Ethan Klein gave $6,500. My goat. Thank you, Ethan.
Condemned Netanyahu as a war criminal. They're led by Netanyahu, who should resign in disgrace and go to prison for being a war criminal. Called the West Bank settlements an abomination. Settlers in the West Bank are religious zealots, they're monsters, they're genocidal. I've even said the West Bank settlers are valid military targets.
When you talk about like colonial settlers and stuff, like that's what's actually happening in the West Bank right now. And these people are more or less valid military targets, in my opinion.
My only crime is wanting a two-state solution instead of one, and thinking it's not okay to kill Israeli civilians. That's it. That's why they're calling me a Nazi Zionist. And because of Hasan and others spreading this malicious lie about my beliefs, I'm even getting harassed on the street.
So how come you don't like Palestine?
I like Palestine.
No, you don't.
Why do you say that?
Because, bro, you're... wasn't she in the IDF?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that's crazy.
Mandatory service.
That's
She's born
sad.
there.
That's terrorism, bro.
She was born there.
That's sad. Feel bad for you guys. Ethan Klein, bro, you're ugly as fuck, bro. You're ugly
That is cringe as hell. Who does this? That is cringe as fuck. Like, who actually goes up to people, records them, and does this bullshit? Like, get a life. Really. I'm being serious. That is something. Like, who does that? I don't care. Once again, I don't care what side you are. This shit is cringe.
Shit, you look like a rapist, bro.
Look in the fucking...
You look like a fucking rapist, Ethan. Feel bad for you guys. Ethan Klein, bro, you're ugly as fuck, bro. You're ugly as shit.
Yeah, that's
you look
cringe.
Like a rapist, bro. I'm tired of all these coward Americans in the South trying to act like they're so tough. Oh, I'm American. Oh, you don't even run your own country. You don't run your own country, bro. You don't run your own country. A foreign country named Israel runs your country. Oh my God, bro, I love you, Hasan. Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so sweaty, bro.
I love you, bro.
I'm so sweaty.
I love you, bro. I have to interview you. You're my hero, bro. I love you, bro.
So this man just the Hasan Piker glazer, bro. Oh my lord. I'm not gonna lie, this shit is embarrassing.
Hold on, I think I look gay in that one. Hold on.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Hold on, I think I look gay in that one. Hold on.
All right.
The funny thing about me,
All right.
I don't like terrorism, and I don't like terrorists.
I mean, I think that's common sense, I would believe. Well, except for the people in my comment section who are defending it, but...
If they're Jews, Christians, Muslims, they're all bad.
But I don't give a fuck if you're American. If you're a terrorist, you're a terrorist. There's no fucking country on Earth. I don't give a fuck what. There's no country on Earth where that shit is acceptable. Except for, I guess, Hamas, for some reason.
What is terrorism? It's intentionally targeting civilian population for political goals. I don't like it. None of it. And over time, I started to learn that my co-host, he really likes terrorists.
They do musicals. They're very...
See, here's the thing. Like, anybody with a brain, first of all, can tell this is literal propaganda. Like, this is basically like the American version of showing the U.S. government flying their jets around and shit. How the fuck does Twitch allow this? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing, bro?
Musical people.
Are you being serious?
That's what I'm saying.
Dog, what do you look? You think I made this? Isn't I don't
That is
see
not
it.
a
I'm seeing this
musical,
guns
bro.
and shit.
Music
This isn't a
video? What music video do you see people running around with guns and singing the chant that is basically "Death to America, curse the Jews," and like, what are we talking about, bro?
Video, Hasan.
Oh my
taking
god.
over these ships. They started.
Bro, somebody literally told me that this did not happen in my comment section. But this man's literally live streaming this shit.
Targeting the ships. People on this helicopter right now?
Yes.
They're streaming this?
Yeah. Yeah. They're flexing.
What? And they're coming in hot with guns.
Yeah, but you have to understand, this is a deterrent. We think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
Hezbollah is a paramilitary organization.
Do we like them or no?
I don't have an issue with them.
The answer should have been no. The answer should have been no. They're a terrorist group. The answer should have been no.
But they are a terrorist organization. Like they're designated. They are designated by the American state as a terrorist organization.
I do not like them then.
Well,
he is regarded as a
There
pretty
you have it,
brilliant a person in terms of like everything that he's done.
Then I saw clips like this where Hasan is explaining how he's hiding his power level to funnel in normies into radicalization.
Well, he has to, because if he doesn't do that, if he just says what he wants to say outright, then he's going to get blasted on the internet. If there's one thing I can give to Hasan is that he's smart. He knows not to say what he actually truly means, because if he was, he would get blasted. And now he's so big and so popular on Twitch, and he's already got himself a little fan base, to the point where now he probably could say what he wants and he would still be fine. He'd still get blasted by the rest of the internet, which is exactly what happened when he went on Trash Taste. He stepped out of his bubble for a second and realized the rest of the world don't agree with him. But inside of his bubble, I mean...
I think that in the short term, in order to combat against that, you have to advocate for a much lighter form of propaganda. You want America, in the way that I feel about it, and if you want America to get out of the way for places with more revolutionary potential to do what they would normally do, I think that, you know, one thing you have to do is advocate for a lighter form, while simultaneously still doing agitated propaganda that goes beyond, you know, social democratic ideas.
I just wanted to put emphasis on the exact point of the so-called radicalization funnel, where, for example, Hasan and JT catch them while they're young, as they say, and then they start looking into this new idea, etc., and then move forwards through the funnel, get more and more informed, get more and more radicalized. You do your part in the funnel for the cause, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. You're doing, in my modest opinion, a great thing for the cause.
Now listen to Hasan.
No, he said it, not me. And I was talking about it earlier. If you want to get some people behind your propaganda, don't go after the adults who are already set in their ways and believe a certain thing already. Go after the kids. I said it before, and you're saying it now. He said it himself. You can't say he didn't.
During our very first conversation, lied to me about how he's a social democrat to hide his power level.
We should move towards a Sweden-style economy or a Norway-style economy, which would be a social democracy.
You have to advocate for a much lighter form of propaganda.
With robust social safety nets.
Called radicalization funnel, catch them while they're young, as they say.
You literally cannot make this shit up.
And protections.
You literally
for
cannot
workers,
make this shit up.
Higher unionization rates.
A lighter form, while simultaneously still doing agitated propaganda that goes beyond social democratic ideas.
Hell, he's proclaimed it loudly that he is a self-described propagandist.
I'm a propagandist.
Well, no.
For the record.
No, I'm not calling
I'm
you
a
that. I'm just saying. I'm going to play you.
I'm saying I am.
Okay, well then I want to
I'm saying I am.
I just
before
want to
you
put
even play it.
I mean, he
Propagandist
said it.
is
There
much
it is.
more than someone with a bias. It's someone who knowingly lies to further their political agenda.
There it is. And he's not an idiot. Let's be real. Hasan's not an idiot. Like I said it before, he's smart on how he does his things, which is how he got so popular in the first place. But what he's doing is wrong. And I still don't know to this day how I had people in my comment section defending him, even though he said all this shit. And now that I'm actually getting more deeper into it, y'all are actually idiots for defending this dude. I'm gonna be real, because what I'm seeing right here, there's no defending this at all, whatsoever.
Vision. Had I been duped? Was Hasan presenting a Trojan horse to my community, where he was just a left-leaning Democrat like myself, and as he said in the previous video, was funneling them into radicalization and turning them against me.
Liberals are some of the easiest to manipulate people on the fucking planet, dude.
I learned how much he hates liberals.
Dude, I hate liberals, dude. I hate.
I mean, you see the same shit with, hell, the Democratic movement, kind of, to a degree. Like, with the LGBTQ community specifically, they will use the, Black Lives Matter or other minorities as a shield to do what they do, so that if you criticize them in their eyes, you're criticizing black people and whatnot. You see the same thing there, so... Yeah, it's once again, it's like he said, it's like a Trojan horse. They basically hijack your movement and then use that as a shield, so that when you receive criticism, then you can say, "Oh, you can't do that because now you're racist," and all that other bullshit. Like, it's the same shit.
I hate them so viciously.
Did he secretly despise me this whole time?
I'm sorry, dude. I hate liberals so much.
Did this man sit next to me for 2 years and pretend to be my friend?
Dude, liberals are a burden on this planet, dude.
Liberals are the most scummy, vile, fucking idiots. Liberals are incredibly stupid. I hate these petulant liberals, dumb fucking liberals.
What else is someone this sociopathic capable of?
Liberals are some of the easiest to manipulate people on the fucking planet, dude.
Was I being manipulated this whole time?
That was my fear anyway. Regardless of his true beliefs, that broke my trust in him, and I pretty much ended the show immediately. And I felt guilty for my participation in mainstreaming Hasan. And for that, I apologize. I should have done more research.
Shit, Trash Taste definitely feeling that right now. I'll tell you that. They definitely feeling it.
And I should have looked more deeply into who I was getting in bed with before they gave me chlamydia. Sorry.
Which is the exact same thing that I said when I was when I was, reacting to the whole Trash Taste situation. Is that Trash Taste can invite whoever they want onto their podcast, but they got to do a background check on what this guy is doing. Now, from what I've heard and from the research that I did do in my spare time when it comes to this, Hasan didn't used to be this controversial when they first invited him on, which is why it wasn't that big of a problem. People still didn't like him, but that's just the name of the game when it comes to content creation. But with everything that's going on right now with the Middle East and everything that he said in between then and now, how did you think it was a good idea? How, bro? I don't get it. You literally had this dude getting clipped laughing at the fact that a mom and two of her sons or two of her kids were getting put on stage, disrespectfully I might add, after being killed in captivity by Hamas. And this dude out here laughing about the shit. How do you defend that? I don't get it. I don't give a fuck if you're Palestinian or Israeli, or I don't care what side you're on. How do you defend that shit? That is disgusting.
All right, Hila. Over the past year since the show ended, I continue to watch Hasan platform, promote, and propagandize terrorist organizations. And every time it happened on Twitch, I would say, man, this time surely he went too far, and someone's got to do something.
But they should have never allowed it in the first place. And I guarantee that when something big blows up, it's going to blow up in Twitch's face, and a lot of advertisers are going to start leaving, and the Twitch is going to go down as a platform. It's going to take a big hit, because they should have dealt with this before it got this bad. They should have dealt with it. And I don't stream on Twitch often. I barely did anyways. In fact, the main big problem they had was all the hot tub streamers and all that bullshit and that whole meta. But you didn't see a lot of politics on there versus now. Apparently Hasan's out here streaming, terrorist propaganda and just getting away with it while Twitch sits back and does nothing because Hasan's making their money because he's a really... if you're a really popular freaking streamer on Twitch, you're basically invincible to a degree. To a degree, you're basically invincible because you make Twitch a lot of money. It's actually insane.
But as the time went on, nothing happened, and his views got more and more radical and more disturbing. I feel it's my obligation, after mainstreaming someone like Hasan, to take this on. And so
he knew the dude for 2 years.
Nuclear war.
I stand before you following the footsteps of intellectual giants.
One thing we've been hearing for weeks.
But a simple man.
No,
a simple man.
And I will say one thing. Hasan has done a good job, and I'm not surprised there are people out there that defend him. He's done a good job of getting his audience to believe what he says while also looking like he is just a innocent dude being attacked. It's that reason that he has people defending him in his comments even after, all this stuff that he apparently has, said. And at this point, it's confirmed that he said it because we're watching it right now. So, he's got his echo chamber, but once again, the moment he stepped outside of that echo chamber, it was GG's.
Understands right from wrong.
Yeah. You're an important, influential voice to a lot of people.
I'm an idiot, I'm a dumb bimbo, I don't know what I'm talking about.
And there are some things
I've gotten numb to criticism lately. It's not. As a matter of fact, I seek it out now because I make content out of it. I think it's funny and fun.
Like, the way that Hasan has put himself somewhere, he's put himself in a position where he can look like he's innocent to his fan base and the people that he's radicalized, so that, like, he avoids a lot of the nonsense that would normally happen. Like, let's say Asmongold or somebody else tried to do what he was doing right now. They would be banned. It wouldn't even be a competition. If I was to go on Twitch right now and stream some propaganda, I would be banned. Guaranteed. If I was to go on YouTube and do that,
And there
I
are
would be banned.
baby settlers as well.
Can you just shut the fuck up, bloodthirsty, violent
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen.
Damn, that was the prelogue, bro? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, bro. We're not even, we're shit. This is about to be a long ass video. I'm glad I saved up a lot of storage space for this. Because this is about to be a long ass video.
Meanwhile, at Twitch HQ, the marketing team is strategizing on a new advertising vertical.
My friends at Twitch headquarters, the executives, the influencers, Hasan, nice to see you, Frogan, front row. I am here to...
Bro, Frogan's an actual idiot. I'm going to be real with you. In what universe was it a good idea for you to go up on TwitchCon and have a Arab race tier list, bro? Look it up. Look it up. Twitch, if they didn't delete it, or if it's not being snubbed, but I'm pretty sure somebody's got a video of it somewhere. In what universe was it a good idea for you to do an Arab stream tier list? And let alone the fact that she out here talking about how she wants all, U.S. soldiers to have PTSD and all this bullshit. Like, what universe, bro?
Present to you an extraordinarily exciting opportunity. We have not tapped this market yet. Now, don't panic, okay? Because you're going to want to panic when I tell you, but listen and learn.
Also, this video quality,
Who's
like this
billions of
presentation
dollars
is actually
eager to spend it.
High tier.
And what, people are too cowardly to reach out and take the money?
Not us.
Terrorism. Terrorism. Twitch is perfect. You could broadcast it straight into the veins of 18 to 35-year-old men. So here's what I've
It's honestly genius, because a lot of, like, the majority of the audience that is on Twitch is kids. Kids and young people. So if you want to basically start your own echo chamber and get people to basically support that kind of thing, once again, you don't even gotta go to the schools nowhere, actually. I'm wrong about that. Just go to Twitch or anywhere that has a streaming platform that will allow you to stream it that has young people on it. Hell, in the Middle East, if you're born there, majority of the times, if you're part of one of those extremist groups, you're literally just a child soldier. Like, it's crazy.
Hasan Piker. Yeah, we'll get drinks after the show. No, you. He's such a great guy. No, you. Give it up for Hasan Piker, everybody. Happy birthday, buddy. This dude can package anti-Semitism and anti-Americanism like nobody else. In fact, you guys got him on the front page. And he's doing terrorism for free. Basically, gentlemen and gentle ladies, Frogan, you look good today, girl. Girl, you
But she looks like an actual clown. I'm gonna be real with you. Actual clown behavior over here.
Good. Great job on that Arab tier list.
I didn't think he was actually gonna mention it, but oh my god. And it fell over. That's funny. That's funny. That was such a stupid idea, bro. Such a stupid idea. Holy shit.
That was good. How much we get for that? Yo, you got 10 million from Qatar for that? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Twitch! Here's the thing. With help from people like Hasan, terrorism is like in the eyes of the beholder, right? They're not terrorists. They're... Go ahead. Go ahead. He knows.
They basically... They're basically coding it and I heard this same comment down below. They call freedom fighters. They're basically normalizing it so it doesn't sound bad. You know, instead of calling it terrorism, call them freedom fighters or, you know, whatever the hell nicer term. They're still terrorists, but we're going to call them something nicer so it doesn't sound so bad. And I literally had somebody in my comment section literally talking about that. How, you know, each nation has its freedom fighters, but Hamas is not freedom fighters. They're literal terrorists. Like, come on
Freedom
now.
fighters, guys. We are fighting for freedom.
And as a matter of fact, I think I could probably find that comment. Let me see. I could probably find that comment. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. Where is that comment at? Let me find that comment. See, look at this. As somebody who lives outside of America, I get why he says that America deserves, you know, that. He did say that, but I don't think he meant by the American people deserve that tragedy, but by American foreign policy brought that tragedy on itself, which I already explained earlier. Just because one thing happens that's bad doesn't mean that somebody else should do the same thing. Like, two evils don't make a good. When, you know, also one man's freedom fighters and another man's terrorists. They are not freedom fighters, though. It does not freaking. And then they tried saying that Nelson Mandela was deemed a terrorist by the USA until recently. Many of the freedom fighters have been deemed by some governments as terrorists, while the people they fight for are freedom fighters. And I will respect people's opinion, but bruh, Hamas is not freedom fighters, bro. They are not. They are not, bruh.
The rapes in the
And I'm gonna be real. I don't like the fact that the U.S. is in the Middle East either. I already made that point really clear in the beginning of my video, but bro, I don't give a fuck if you're for Palestine or for Israel, bro. These people, like, the Palestinians don't even like freaking Hamas. They literally say that they are a detriment. They are a detriment. They do not like them, bro. What are we talking about? These guys do not. What the fuck?
Murders? Don't mention that. What's wrong with you? And another one. The resistance isn't perfect.
Jesus Christ, man. That
right? You gotta crack some eggs, man.
Bro, that quote is like the equivalent of Mr. Pokey with Honkai Star Rail talking about some, you're greedy and stupid for some dumb shit. Like, that is the equivalent, bro. It's not as bad because we're talking about a gacha game versus something that's actually happened, but that is like the equivalent. It's so bad.
You know Socialism didn't buy you that car.
If I knew that this is what communism would be in 2024,
This man, bro.
I wouldn't have bothered with
The
this.
editing in this
Really.
video is impressive.
A Porsche is the symbol of the capitalist excess.
The editing in this video is impressive.
You guys actually believe this idiot is a socialist? Forget a religion. Hasan is the opiate of the masses. Straight to the gulag for anyone soft to this idiot.
Or that designer dog.
This breed's stunning fluffy coat comes with a price. Chow Chows shed all year.
Very cute, by the way.
That's
But
crazy.
Those are expensive.
I'm about
the
to say,
point
yeah,
is,
that's
we have
crazy.
the biggest political streamer on our platform that is influencing media and influencing young kids everywhere. If we can normalize terrorism.
Like, okay, I need the people who are defending this. How do you look at this and say this is good, bro? I'm gonna be real with y'all. I want y'all to read this shit, and how do you tell me this is anything positive about this? And you call them freedom fighters. Come on, bro. What are we talking about?
If we could rebrand it, then fuck the U.S. Navy. You know how much those guys don't pay shit.
I will
You see
say, the
har-
way that Hasan is rebranding the shit with terrorism, he's doing that shit for free, bro. The U.S. Navy, how the government need to take notes for recruiting, bro. They do. Because the way that the way that Hasan has got his audience of young people in a chokehold to support Hamas, if the American government could get the military to do that, bro, recruiting numbers wouldn't even be a problem.
Army ads on Twitch? The Army, it's fucking broke, dude. I'll tell you who loves America more than the Army. Qatar. Well, I don't know if love's the right word, but...
And you know what's funny is the Army tried to appeal to the kids on Twitch. They tried it. If you look at, yeah, he literally said it himself. If you look at the Army's Twitch channel, bro, that shit is ass. But then again, their recruiting marketing was trash, bro. The way they were marketing was straight garbage. Straight garbage, bro.
They're paying more. Good CPMs coming out of Qatar. Well, you kids love anime, right? Can't get enough of it. Man, look at what we've already done with Hasan. You're the fucking man, dude. Happy birthday again, man. No, we got a big party for you after.
That's crazy.
No.
A communism cake? That's crazy.
Don't do it. Let's wait, because we got a big party and a cake and everything for you after in the back. Prostitutes, too. Don't tell anyone. That's part of the past. Look what we've done already. This Houthi pirate. I mean,
somebody literally tried to tell me this guy was not a Houthi pirate in my comment section, too. I straight up deleted that comment. I'm gonna be real, because that was the stupidest comment I've ever seen in my life. Because the clip he mentioned with that Houthi pirate was when Hasan was literally about to interview him and was talking about, are you about to, there was somebody in his chat who said, are you about to invite a Houthi rebel onto your, stream to interview him? And he said, yeah, you guys want me to do journalism, right? And then right after this, he does straight damage control and then tries to say the dude isn't a Houthi at all. Or even a Houthi pirate. Like, he's just some kid from Yemen. Like, come on, bro. You cannot be this stupid, bro. Come on.
kidding. This guy's a fucking terrorist. He literally tweeting out he wants to kill Jews and put their heads on pikes.
Yeah.
And somehow, not somehow, because of his genius, we have rebranded the Houthi fucking pirates, the Houthi terrorist organization. Yeah, the Islamic fundamentalists. Death to America, curse upon the Jews. That's right. That's the Jolly Roger of this man here.
And, bro, Hasan tried to call this guy something like Luffy, bro. A Houthi pirate. Like Luffy. Last I checked, Luffy isn't running around attacking boats with people on them that have no weapons. And holding them at gunpoint and do it. Like, what are we talking about?
None other than Monkey D. Luffy.
So
let's get out there, guys.
Stupidest comment I've seen
and
in
let's
my
make
life,
2025 our biggest year, guys. Come on, guys.
Stupidest
the
comment of all
resistance
time,
isn't perfect.
bro.
The resistance isn't perfect. Yeah!
That's a disrespect to Luffy more than anybody. That's a disrespect to Oda more than anybody.
Yeah, let's get him! If you want to know where on the political spectrum Hasan sits, take a look
like,
at...
Actually, now I think about it, it makes more sense now in my head why a lot of people in the anime community just hate Hasan. Because you just compared Luffy, one of the greatest protagonists in anime history, from one of the greatest anime of all time, One Piece, and you tried relating him to a Houthi pirate, bro. Like, what the fuck, bro? Holy
the recent
shit.
media analysis by Ad Fonte, which rated Hasan as the most extreme left-wing, untrustworthy media source on the internet. And to give you an idea, he is opposite of InfoWars. Now, I'm not
I don't even know what
sit
that
here-
means because I don't watch either one of them. I'm gonna be real. I don't know how bad that is but that sounds pretty bad. I don't know what Infowars is, but I guess they're like leftist, kind of like news sources, and I guess they view Hasan as like the worst one or something like that. I don't know.
And tell you that Hasan loves all terrorists. But what I will say is that there isn't many he don't like. Let's start with our good friend Luffy here and his organization, the Houthis. And yes, this...
I want to see some people defend this in the comment section. I really do. I really want to see somebody try and defend this. Because there's no fucking way.
is what it looks like. They are hiling Hitler. The Houthis are an Islamic military group. They're known for their cruel measures, forcibly recruiting child soldiers.
I was there, man. Middle East. I heard stories about this kind of shit from people who were in that country, bro. Let's be real. See, that's the thing, is you guys can't fool me with this shit, because even though I don't go deep into politics, and I don't, really mess with that kind of stuff, I'm not stupid either. Just because I don't go deep into it doesn't mean I don't see it, and especially as somebody who's been over there.
Shelling civilian areas and blocking food from entering already famine-ruined parts of Yemen. They've also set up landmines in agricultural spots, making the fields virtually worthless. Women have virtually no rights.
Yeah, and I wonder where they got those landmines from. Iran. Oh yeah, and for anybody who is like, supportive of, the Houthis and you're like, I don't know, part of the LGBTQ movement, yeah, the Houthis will kill you if you come out immediately. That isn't even a joke. They will kill you.
And homosexuality, of course, is punishable by death. That lines up with leftist values. Now, just how little rights do women in the Houthis' Yemen?
They have no rights. They have none. They have zero. It's actually wild.
Well, according to this, there's been 1,181 violations committed by Houthi rebels against women, including torture, rape, and murder. So,
try not to
All right, sorry about that. I had to take care of some business there, but let's continue.
not great. The Houthis have a very wholesome flag, as you can see here. It says, translated, Allah Akbar, death to America, death to Israel, and a curse upon the Jews. And that's all of them, not just the ones in Israel. And of course, victory to Islam. I get amused when these terrorists are like, we hate Jews. We want to kill Jews. And then people like Hasan are like, you're fucking racist for saying that they just want to kill Jews and that they're terrorists.
Which is an oxymoron. The biggest oxymoron, but I mean, from what I've seen so far at this point, Hasan is pretty much undefendable. Like, if you're defending Hasan after this, you're actually...
What you meant to say is Hezbollah is Muslim.
You're not thinking deep enough about this topic.
My criticisms of the Houthis' slogan do not factor in to what they are doing. Of course, it is anti-Semitic, but contextualizing it matters. Yeah, it's really interesting because, like, that is such Western-focused propaganda.
How? How is that propaganda from the West when it's their freaking slogan? Jesus Christ.
Like, for a Palestinian to arrive at anti-Semitic opinions, okay, they don't need to read Mein Kampf.
Bro's getting cooked.
Oh, I almost forgot the most fun one. They brought back slavery.
We think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do.
That lines up with leftist values. All right.
That lines up with what Luffy would do. You know, slavery, the guy who really cares about freedom the most, his whole theme. Jesus Christ, man.
So these guys are clearly the
worst
bad
takes,
guys.
man.
So my question
worst
is,
takes on
how
the
does
planet.
Hasan cover such a genocidal, violent, misogynistic, homophobic, terroristic organization?
Oh, you want to see a Houthi musical?
Sure.
These were the people that the Saudis were killing, by the way. Just so you know, these fucking musically gifted individuals.
Oh, yeah. Boy.
Okay, I'm sorry, I need the money, guys.
I'm gonna grab my food.
Literal propaganda, bruh. Literal freaking propaganda. His face literally says it all. Like, how?
I'm so confused. What is
Like, if any other country was showing this, they would not be calling it a musical. They'd be calling it propaganda for their country. What the fuck are we talking about? This is not a musical. Like, what musical do you know that's out here showing people with AKs and doing marches and shit? Like, what?
Did he leave me alone in the room with, like, a propaganda video playing?
That's right, my friend. Hasan just played straight-up terrorist propaganda without even being there to analyze it. Surely this must be...
That's another thing. Is you will notice, because I did go and see some of Hasan's streams just to see what the fuck was up, is whenever he does put this on, he will leave the room on purpose. I don't know, like, well, actually, I think I do know why, but why? Like, how the hell is Twitch not banned this?
Against terms of service. Twitch does not allow content that depicts, glorifies, encourages, or supports terrorism or violent extremist actors. For example, displaying or linking terrorist or extremist propaganda, even for the purpose of denouncing such content. Denouncing? Okay, but what's the rule for endorsing it? Is that okay? The answer is yes, as Hasan was never punished for this blatant violation of Twitch community guidelines. Got it. So denouncing terrorism is bad. Don't do that. Endorsing terrorism is good. Okay, got it, Twitch.
Twitch is not escaping the allegations with this one.
This is a 3-minute video of. What do you mean a music video? When you said music video, I'm expecting
Anybody with a fucking brain could see this is not a fucking music video. What are we talking about?
like bad example. Chris Brown dancing. You know.
No. They do like
What is
they do
this?
musicals. They're very musical people.
Are you being serious?
That's
Dog, look. You think I made this?
This isn't music. I know they're singing, but I'm seeing just guns and shit. This isn't a music video, Hasan.
No, it is. They do musicals about like their fucking like their actions all the time.
Hold on. Bro couldn't even justify the shit properly. Bro was stuttering trying to put that bullshit out. Oh my god.
Guys, hold on. I've got this. Instead of terrorist propaganda, let's call it musicals.
They do musicals.
Instead of violent jihadists, let's call them musically talented people.
They're very musical people.
Are you being serious?
Guys, let's just use our brains. Fiddler on the Roof, Wicked, Alexander Hamilton, man.
Shit is a clown show, bro. Holy fuck. This is a clown show.
There's no reason we can't put these Houthis on Broadway.
Well, they go, listen, you want to fucking bring a ship through here? We're going to take it. So that's exactly what the Houthis start doing. They start fucking sending in helicopters onto fucking ships. Bro, they fucking, look at this. They got the Palestinian flag that they painted under the helicopter with the Yemen flag. They fucking they start overtaking the ships. And they're like, guess what, dog? No more trade to Israel. If you are sending ships into Israel, if you are owned by an Israeli subsidiary, if you're owned by an Israeli corporation, we're going to take over your ship.
You know what's funny about this situation is he's talking about Israel when this ship is not even going towards Israel, and it's in international waters. This ship had like a Chinese captain, or I think it was Chinese or Japanese captain on it, with like Filipinos or whoever else was on the ship. Either way, this ship had nothing to do with Israel, and it has no weapons on it. And he's praising the Houthis doing this shit. Once again, for the people who are defending Hasan in my comment section when I made that video about trash taste, I want to know why the fuck and how the fuck you guys are defending this shit.
You cannot fucking use this trade route anymore. Guess what?
And you can't even say that this is out of context because he's clearly glazing the hell out of this. He's literally streaming the shit.
Bitch, it's our fucking territorial boundary, and we're going to enforce this until you stop doing genocide in Gaza.
So let's review his claims. His first claim is that the boat is headed for Israel. It's not. It's going from Turkey to India. Next claim is that it's owned by an Israeli company. It's not. It's being chartered by a Japanese company, and the boat's owners are registered in the Isle of Man. I'd like to remind everybody that the crew that's kidnapped in this video has been missing for over a year now with zero updates on their health, whereabouts, or any.
No, I'm pretty sure, I might be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure they were just released recently. Like, really recently, but yeah.
That lines up with leftist values. Hasan's third claim is that this attack happened in their territorial waters, which is also a lie. It happened in international waters.
Yeah, that was
Hasan is lying for the Houthis like he's being paid. And honestly, at this point,
he might as well
is he?
I'm a propagandist.
Well, no.
For the record.
No, I'm not calling
I'm a propagandist.
This is like a hostile. They're streaming this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep in mind, the Houthis are invading a ship with no weapons on it. Nothing. Like, what are we talking about?
They're flexing.
What? And they're coming in hot
so
with
the people
guns.
on this ship
but
that
you
are
have to
getting
understand,
hijacked
this
can't
is a
even fight
deterrent.
back.
Israeli society is going to start getting upset. They're going to be like, I can't get my treats. I can't get my Amazon Prime deliveries. What the fuck is going on?
And then what makes this even worse is the fact that you can see his chat glazing it just as bad because they are all younger people who, once again got radicalized into this shit, which really sucks. But then again, I understand why it happened because, once again, I talked about earlier, if you want to get your whole movement going, don't target the older people, target the kids because they're more impressionable and will believe what you say. Been saying it for years, man.
What's going on? I hate this. Israel sucks. I'm leaving Israel. That's the goal.
I find it disturbing that Hasan thinks that a slowdown of imports is going to cause Jews to flee Israel. 80% of Israelis were born there and do not have citizenship anywhere else. So where do you want them to go, Hasan? Back to Poland or back to the Arab countries they were forced out of?
Israel sucks. I'm leaving Israel. That's the goal.
By telling the Jews of Israel to go back where they came from, Hasan attempts to deny Jewish heritage in the Middle East. It characterizes them not as indigenous, but as white colonizers. This is despite the fact that 60% of Jews in Israel are actually native to the Middle East.
This is wild.
So these guys did all of this, right? They did all of this.
Is that their helicopter?
Yeah.
That looks like a legit helicopter.
It is a legit helicopter.
You gotta wonder where they're getting all this stuff from.
This is wild.
So they take it over, they take it over, and they tell the people in the ship, usually like mostly Filipino people, Filipino crews.
Oh.
And they're like, all right, well, we got no problems with you, but you're coming with us. We're taking over the ship.
What an incredible way to characterize having a gun in your face.
Yeah,
Hassan
I'm
is
about to
asking
say,
us
what?
not to believe our own eyes as we watch terrorists hostilely kidnap the crew.
We got no problems with you, but you're coming with us. We're taking over the ship.
And once again, the crew is still MIA for over a year, prisoners to a terrorist organization. But don't worry, guys. Hassan says they have no problem with them.
They're like, all right, well, we got no problems with you, but you're coming with us.
Yeah. His face sells it all, bro. His face says it all.
This is a 3-minute video of...
Honestly, I'm gonna be real. The longer we get into this video, the more crazy it gets. And honestly, I just be having to think, like, how the hell were y'all defending this shit? Like, this is crazy. Like, how the hell did I have people like this up in my comment section talking about I'm a child and I'm misinformed and I'm just feeding the algorithm, when this is the bullshit that he was doing this whole time without me even knowing? I only saw small clips and now I'm seeing the whole thing in 5K and you're telling me this is what y'all was defending? Yeah, this is about to be a long ass video, yo. We're an hour and 16 minutes in, bro, and it's only getting worse.
What do you do in a music video?
It's only getting worse, man.
I'm expecting, like... are you being serious? I know they're singing, but I'm seeing just guns and shit. This isn't a music video, Hasan.
I bet Hassan's friend really appreciated being fed terrorist propaganda on camera. Let's see what he had to say.
Because hell, even a couple days ago, I was hanging out with my buddy Hasan, and this guy unironically put a terrorist propaganda music video on and then left the room.
Left the room?
Yeah, and I was just like, and the thing is, like, in hindsight, it's hilarious, But at the same time, I'm like, what is going on here? This is wild to me.
Honestly, I got no comment. At this point, do I even need to say anything?
But,
it's over. At this point, this is just entertainment. This is just more icing on the cake.
Oh my god.
I was like, okay.
Wait, is that how it works? If you watch, like, a politics TikTok, you get recommended Hasan right after? Is that how it works? Bro, he's all over this page.
I mean, that's the TikTok algorithm. That's the TikTok algorithm for you. If you were to start a whole new account, what it's going to do is it's going to feed you some certain content, and the more you like that content, the more of that content you're going to get. So if you click on political content talking a lot about the Middle East, Hasan, and whatever it may be, that's the content that you're going to get fed. The algorithm is going to give you what you want to see. There's a lot of echo chambers on there.
That's crazy.
A lot of echo chambers.
Click it. Dude, Hasan be saying some wild stuff, man. So I don't know if we can.
Yeah,
Here's another incident of Hasan enjoying some Houthi propaganda.
Like, how do y'all defend this? That is crazy.
How can they not agree with the Houthis when this is the kind of music video that they're coming out with?
Bro, music video? Okay, really? Music video? Music... Y'all can't make this shit up, bro.
A beautiful voice, too.
Music video.
Yeah, Israel been real quiet since this drop, dude. The fucking mixtape.
Oh, Hasan, my sweet, naive friend.
Oh
you say
my
that Jews
fucking
don't
God.
sing and dance like that?
Mixtape?
So what the fuck do you call this? That's right, bitch. What the fuck you stepping on our shit?
I would say this is funny. This is funny.
Yeah, Israel been real quiet since this drop, dude. The fucking mixtape.
All right, buddy. And then we just got we got all the memes, bro.
Got a beautiful voice too.
This man found every meme that he
Israel
could
been real quiet
to throw it
since
up
this
in
drop,
here.
dude.
Damn, that's crazy.
Israel been real quiet since this drop, dude.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. That's a good fuck terrorists, man. They got good footwork
It's been
too.
real quiet since this drop, dude.
I can see some of them doing some breakdancing.
Now we come to our sweet, beautiful, cute little
Oh, man.
TikTok twink. This hairless young man is the fantasy of every tween and twix and all the boys and girls on TikTok.
Well, I'm not surprised, bro. When I was on TikTok, people were out there, especially women, they were out there gooning over some criminals, bro. Like, it was some crazy shit. If the dude looks good, if he looks hot enough, these women, bro, these girls on TikTok, bro, will goon the fuck over him, bro. It's not even funny. I'm not surprised either, though. There was some pretty crazy stuff that was happening back in the day with criminals, and then you had women simping over them like fucking wildfire, bro.
He's cute. He's got a mustache. He's a freedom fighter. Beautiful eyes.
Freedom
they call
fighter.
him Timothy Chalamet because he's a Houthi.
Bro, are we about to have a Houthi rebel on stream? Yes, brother.
I literally mentioned this clip before, and some idiot in my comment section was telling me that he wasn't a fucking Houthi. Like, you can't make this shit up, bro.
What do you mean?
Cannot.
Excuse me.
You literally
Of course I'm about to
cannot.
have I'm a journalist, okay? This is journalism. It's so weird. It's so weird. Motherfuckers want journalism, and when I'm trying to do journalism, they go, "Why are you doing that?" Bro, you are going to get banned. I think it would be ridiculous to do that.
Hasan now has the opportunity to express his journalistic chops, to get his boots on the ground and show us just how good of a reporter he can be.
I'm doing journalism, chat. Does he know what One Piece is?
He's been watching it since he was a kid.
No way!
Yeah.
That's sick. Yes. Yes. We love you too, man. Big time. Yeah.
I love you. I love you so much.
We're big fans of the Yemeni music videos. You could tell him that. I want to ask him about the knife. The knife.
Like, the glaze in this shit is crazy, bro. The glaze is fucking crazy.
They're sick. What's up with the
Look at this shit. He's so hot. Oh my fucking god, bro. What did I say?
knives? You know, the curved knives.
If one of those knives comes out in front of you, it's not going back until it has blood on it.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit. But he's not a terrorist, guys. He's not a terrorist. He's just a Yemen kid. He's not a terrorist. Just a Yemen kid. Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, I think it's cool though.
Nothing, bro.
That's so crazy. So they're just chilling with the captains? Like, I don't understand.
The crews on these ships, and they like win them over with their charm, and they make them hate America and the U.S.
I mean, if you're being held at gunpoint and you want to survive, wouldn't you try and get along with these guys too? Like, let's be realistic. If you were one of these dudes on this boat getting held at gunpoint by these Houthis who are hijacking your ship and they tell you to, you know, say that you hate America and all that shit. Even if you don't want to, you want to live, right? Your primal instinct is to live. You're going to do anything to survive. Let's be real here. This shit, it wasn't like they were just doing it because they wanted to. Let's be real. They were getting forced to.
Government.
but to Hasan, that
I'm a
shit's funny.
journalist, okay? This is journalism.
Clown
It's so
behavior.
weird. It's so weird. Motherfuckers want journalism, and when I'm trying to do journalism, they go, "Why are you doing that?" What do you mean?
Clown
I'm
behavior,
just chilling.
bro.
We're just having we're just vibing. Yeah, we're just vibing. We're vibing big time.
Hasan uncritically interviewed this kid for about an hour. It was the most brazen display of disgusting terrorist propaganda that I have maybe ever seen in Western media.
What has happened to, does he know what has happened to any of the crews? Like, I heard they...
Hasan almost asked a good question, but it's actually leading to the most obscene part of this interview.
He's saying he hasn't spent much time with Chinese people, but one of the captain was Chinese, and he did clout with them, and he danced some music with them, and he was vibing. So he likes him, yeah.
So, I mean, what... That's so crazy. So they're just chilling with the captains? Like, I don't understand.
Ask yourself, why is he able to hang out with the captain and the crew of this pirated ship? Why would
Yeah, because that doesn't even make sense. The dude literally hijacked his ship. Of course he's going to be dancing and trying to get along with him. Dude doesn't want to fucking get killed. He's probably told to do that shit. The same way that the dude at the recent hostage agreement was told to go and kiss the heads of two of his freaking captors who were from, Hamas. He literally came out and said that shit. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? You act like these terrorists ain't gonna force people to do shit or they're just gonna kill them. Like, what? It's basic shit, bro. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
would he even have access to that? Hasan knows why. Of course, he is a Houthi terrorist. Instead of challenging him and demanding more details about these kidnapped and missing people, he just runs defense for this guy, acting like he doesn't know why that would even happen.
He's saying that they win over the crews on these ships, and they like win them over with their charm, and they make them hate America and the U.S. government.
I mean, there you have it.
It is super funny, the idea of
there you have it.
Kidnapped crew members who are being forced, probably at gunpoint, to do some death to Americas and maybe some curse upon the Jews. And frankly, the callous disregard for the well-being of the literal hostages is shocking, even for somebody that loves terrorists.
Because it ain't there.
So funny. Is there a KFC there? They're everywhere. I don't think there's a KFC in Yemen, dog.
Bro, we do not give a fuck about KFC. We're talking about people who are kidnapped and probably, well, they just were released recently. But we're talking about people who were held for over a year against their will by Houthis. And you guys are talking about KFC.
He says they have to.
Hasan has trained his chat well. I'll give him
That's
that.
crazy.
He has trained his chat well.
Is there a KFC in Yemen? No way, dude! Holy fuck! There's a KFC in Yemen! He's just like us!
Does he know what One Piece is?
What if he's been watching it since he was a kid.
No way!
Yeah.
That's sick. Yes. That's fire. That's so fire. Oh my god.
I'm just letting y'all know that Luffy would not approve. He would fucking elephant gun this whole damn room full of idiots.
You think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do? You should tell him that.
You guys all remember Luffy's flag, right? Now, I'm only halfway through that show, so maybe I just haven't come to
Luffy would
it
not
yet,
be supporting
but I
this
do not
bullshit.
remember Luffy's flag looking like this. Predictably, there was some blowback.
Luffy would go on that island of Yemen and blow that bitch up, bruh. Let's be real with ourselves here. The dude literally represents freedom. And last I checked, the Houthis don't represent freedom whatsoever.
After this interview, and Hasan went immediately into damage control to rewrite history.
He said that he was just simply a Yemeni person and not a Houthi. Yeah, I mean, we don't even know if he's a Houthi or not. He's a teenager in Yemen.
It's the same bullshit
dude
somebody
is
was
neither
trying to do in
Houthi,
my
nor a
chat,
terrorist, nor a pirate, is not a Houthi rebel. They didn't fucking call him a Houthi either. You want to know why? Because he's not one. He's not a Houthi himself. He's not a pirate.
Straight to
but,
damage control.
You know, I don't think he's not a pirate. He has reiterated the position that he is not a Houthi. Trust me, bro, I'm not Houthi. Be for real. You sucked him off the entire stream.
The whole
not even
stream,
a Houthi
bro.
militant or anything like that. When I interviewed the dude who they still to this day call a Houthi terrorist, Tim Houthi's not even a fucking Houthi. I thought he wasn't a Houthi because he's not. No, he was just some fucking Yemeni TikToker. Random fucking Yemeni teenager. Didn't you brand it as him being a Houthi interview, though?
Literally.
Bro, are we about to have a Houthi rebel on stream?
The biggest hypocrite, bro. Like, how y'all defending this dude? How?
Yes, brother. What
We
do
still
you
got
mean?
an hour.
All right,
we
let's
still
just
got
take
we still
Hasan's
got
word
50
for it and
minutes
assume,
of this
okay,
video
this kid is
yet.
not a Houthi
And it's
rebel.
just getting
He's
worse
some ordinary
every single time.
Yemen teenager. Let's go ahead and take a look at his social media and see if that lines up.
All right, let's see here. Tel Aviv
Really? Y'all really about to say that the dude is not a Houthi terrorist? Okay.
will burn in the coming hours, ready for sacrifice and eager for martyrdom. Maybe he's talking about football? Here he is singing a song with the words, "Do you threaten us with what we are waiting for, son of a Jew?" The meaning of Houthi is a title, and it's not something to fear, but for the Jews. They are very afraid of this title. The execution we will carry out on all Zionists, with the lovely depiction of a man
there it
impaled
is.
through his asshole and out of his mouth
There it
with
is.
a pike. Or, how Hasan likes to say it, a pike for a cut. Okay, why would he retweet this article called "Houthis Use Social Media to Boost Global Prominence and Support"? Israel falls. Wait for the new operation in Tel Aviv, the Jaffa drone, which no Israeli defense can stop. The ships we bombed and sank. I know the red arrow is supposed to be a cool military Hamas thing. This is a butt plug. Just saying. To every Zionist, I will put this into your stomach.
A literal gun, bro. Like, how y'all defending this shit? To anybody who was in my comment section talking shit, actually, like, go F yourself on God. Because how were y'all defending this shit in my chat? Or not in my chat, in my comment section, when I was talking about Trash Taste and them hosting this dude. But now, I'm looking at all this, and like, there's literally zero defense for this.
And let me state the obvious. Jew and Zionist is clearly interchangeable.
There is zero defense for this.
Okay, but hating Jews doesn't make you a Houthi. Are you a soldier? Yes.
He
Well, that
literally
seems
says
pretty
it. There it
definitive.
is.
You know what makes you a Houthi? Being a Houthi. At least one of the two of them is being honest about it.
Literally.
No way!
Yeah.
That's sick. Yes. Yes. That's fire. And that's so fire. Oh my god. We think Luffy is doing what Luffy would do.
Cannot make this shit up, bro.
They're tweeting an image of a Jewish person on a pike. I don't understand why this problem can't be approached with nuance. Because
there
he
is
is
no
a
nuance for that shit. Are you serious? Oh my
teenager
god.
in Yemen, dude.
This shit is
Talk
actually
about the
pissing me off
bigotry of
slightly.
low expectations. He's
It's
a
pissed me
kid
off a
in
lot, I'm
Yemen,
gonna be real.
dude.
I'm trying to
what
stay
do you
composed here,
expect?
though,
Of
because
course he's gonna want to put a pike
honestly,
through a Jew's asshole and through his mouth.
Yeah.
That's just what kids in Yemen are like, man.
And also, what do you mean? It's just a person on a pike. There's no Jewish person on a pike
Zionist,
on
bro.
that photo,
Come
unless
on.
I saw something. Unless I saw
He's
something different.
literally just
Hassan
ignoring it.
claims this isn't even a Jewish person on the pike. How exactly is a naked, piked person supposed to look like a Jew for you, Hassan? You know what? You're right.
No,
Let me
bro,
make
I
it
was
a
about to
little
go up
clearer
in
for
here
you.
and
First, he
draw
needs a
it.
bigger nose,
That's
right, Hassan? Of course, he needs a yarmulke, the
crazy.
curly things. Oh, look, Hassan, he dropped his dreidel. He must be Jewish for sure. Or, you know, you could just read what he wrote, you dumbass, liar, terrorist-loving, propagandist piece of shit.
This is why this
GGs,
entire
man.
conversation is fucking idiotic. It's not a Jewish person. He said, this is, I think if we're, why am I held accountable for some random fucking 19-year-old in Yemen's tweets? What is happening?
It's not that you're being held accountable for his tweets, is the fact that you're defending it.
How many steps removed are we from this situation?
0? I mean, you platformed him. Do you not remember? Did the check not clear or something?
You're literally defending the shit. Because here's the thing. When it comes to journalism, I feel like that journalism, you can do it. But he wasn't even doing journalism. He was literally just straight up glazing what he was doing. He wasn't even, like, he was straight up defending the shit. He was glazing the shit like it was a good thing. Journalism is when you're staying neutral and you're just there to get the news. It ain't trying to glaze the fucking terrorist that you're interviewing like he was doing. Like, what are we doing?
Something. When faced with fair criticism for his coverage of the Houthi Luffy, he has a total meltdown.
I fucking despise all of you, dude. I do. I really do. I hate all of you. You successfully got me to talk about this, and my patience is running thin on this matter. The endless selfishness, the untapped well of American selfishness and American individualism is in full display. How is this the conversation that you want to have right now?
One of the most cynical methods Hassan deploys to sidestep any criticism is to deflect to the ongoing genocide in Gaza. I've seen
It's the only thing that they can do. Is this one bad thing is happening, so then this place deserves that bad thing to happen too. It shouldn't even be happening to begin with. Two wrongs don't make a right. Like,
him do this so many times. He frames it like you are selfish for trying to criticize him, no matter what the reason is, because there's a genocide happening, man. How can you criticize me at a time like this?
Claiming that I am, too pro-Houthi. When someone is like focusing on that while there's an active fucking ethnic cleansing campaign happening. He also apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life. In the middle of fucking talking about fucking genocide in Gaza, and this dumb fuck. Blow your nose, brother. Love you. Not trying to be mean. Just keep some tissue nearby and clear it out occasionally when needed. Much love. Fuck you, dude. My argument sucks? You think it justifies genocide? What are you, stupid? Everything that can be tangentially turned into like Jewish people are under attack is a decent way to just like drive discourse away from open genocide in Gaza. If your sole focus when Israel is doing a complete genocide in Gaza, if your sole focus revolves around that people are saying you're a Zionist, yeah, go fucking yell at streamers for not covering sufficiently the ongoing active genocide in Gaza instead of coming in here and fucking chirping at me.
It's quite a charge to just say I'm a stenographer for the Israeli government or I'm a propagandist. I don't think there's any evidence I'm either of those things. I'm curious who you think I am doing
While
the
we're
propaganda
having this
for.
conversation, 3,000, Pierce, while we're having this back and forth, 3,840 Palestinians have been ruthlessly slaughtered in the last incursion into Gaza. I feel like this is an incredibly selfish, self-centered conversation to have.
This technique is so powerful because everyone is afraid of being labeled as a genocide denier. Pierce Morgan, with decades of experience, immediately surrenders when the genocide card is pulled.
When you're just a fucking stenographer, you're not a truth teller.
He has every right to defend himself. And grow a pair, Pierce. Stand up for yourself, man. It's time to stop being intimidated by these online overnight activists.
It's like the same bullshit that people be doing whenever you go online and you disagree with, like, let's say you're a Republican, you disagree with a, Democrat. It's the same bullshit the Democrats will do where, you disagree with them if you're a Republican, and then they'll come out of the woodworks with every label they could come up with. Racist, homophobe, all the other bullshit that nobody cares about anymore. It's the same shit. It's the same shit, bro.
Who couldn't even point to Gaza on a map before October 7th. Like Hasan, for example.
Doesn't know where Yemen is? Okay, I'm gonna click close. I'm closing it. I'm closing it. I think nope. How
the fuck does he not know where Yemen's at?
Nope. Got it.
How can you claim to actually care about this genocide when you're willing to so cynically exploit it
to sidestep any criticism?
What a bigot. Before we move on, Hasan has one final taste of idiocy for us all to enjoy.
Now this kid is like, I think he was like 19 at the time when I talked to him. Which means that for most of his life, he has withstood genocide, right? Like he is a person whose only experience is like, it's literally like talking to fucking Anne Frank, basically, okay? Being able to talk to Anne Frank in real time.
To quote Anne Frank, I keep my ideals because in spite of everything, I still believe that people are really good at heart. Anne Frank continues to inspire generations of people because in the face of a genocide that eventually took her and her entire family's life, except for her dad, she refused to give in to hate, malice, and violence. And then there's this guy, who would have killed Anne Frank if he ever met her.
Pretty much.
You might think this is a sweet, innocent girl. Well, I'm happy to tell you guys we are working on a new edition just for you, Hasan. You should hear about the time she went roaming the streets of Berlin at night with a knife, slitting the throats of families, including children, babies, and the elderly. She's killed children, you guys. She even rapes people. She's just like Luffy. There is no other way to describe this than terrorist propaganda. Not only is he platforming terrorist propaganda, right, uncritically, he's participating in it. He's enhancing it. He is not just a conduit. He is an active participant who's disseminating it to more and more people in a way more consumable form. This is extremely fucked up. But why should he care? Their flag doesn't say death to fucking Turks. It says curse upon the Jews. Hasan likes to obfuscate on this and says nobody cares when Sean Penn interviewed El Chapo.
Sean Penn literally interviewed El Chapo. Exactly, dude.
Nobody is saying...
But the problem is he wasn't glazing El Chapo the same way you were. The difference is he wasn't out there basically saying that he's like Luffy, like you were. That's the difference. He was actually doing real journalism and actually interviewing the dude and not glazing him and not trying to say that what he was doing was all right versus you out there glazing the fuck out of him. Like, that's the difference. Like, how can you be that stupid? Well, then again, it's Hasan. He's been hypocritical from this whole video since the jump, so no big surprise there.
Saying you can't have difficult conversations with controversial people. You just have to ask them hard questions, guys. We know this. Now let's move on to everybody's favorite terrorist organization, our friends in the north. It's Hezbollah. Where do I even begin? Thousands of civilians have been killed globally from their terrorist acts, car bombs, and suicide attacks. They even assassinated the Lebanese prime minister. They've hijacked civilian airplanes. They've shot 15,000 rockets into civilian centers. And if you can imagine, that's not even the worst things they've done.
Y'all gonna try in the comment section, for those of you guys who were glazing Hamas, you gonna try and defend this too?
They participated in the slaughter of over 500,000 Syrian civilians to help a dictator, Bashar Assad, stay in power. They indiscriminately bombed over civilian centers, and they killed hundreds of thousands of civilians in what can only be described as a genocide. They are a designated terrorist group by the US, by the EU, and, oh yeah, the entire Arab League, which gave them that status after their participation in the Syrian genocide. In short, nobody likes them. Well, there is one person.
Hezbollah is a paramilitary
There is
organization.
one.
Do we like them or no?
They are a terrorist organization. Like they're designated. They are designated.
He might
by
as
the
well have
American
just said
state as a
yes.
terrorist organization.
He might as well have just said yes, he likes them, bro. Let's be real. But if he had said that, then he would have gotten his butt handed to him by everybody.
I do not like them then.
Well, like
I like what you like.
I don't have an issue with them. Let's just say.
This is Hezbollah's leader, Hasan Nasrallah. According to Hasan Piker, this man is a brilliant freedom fighter. But before we get into that, let's see how he feels about Jewish people. Here are some choice quotes from Hezbollah's leader, Hasan Nasrallah. According to Shaul Shai, Hasan Nasrallah said in a speech delivered in Beirut, "What do the Jews want? They want security and money. Throughout history, the Jews have been Allah's most cowardly and avaricious creatures. If you look all over the world, you will find no one more miserly or greedy than they are."
I don't have an issue with them.
If we search the entire world for a person more cowardly, despicable, weak, and feeble in psyche, mind, ideology, and religion, we would not find anyone like the Jew. Notice, I do not say Israeli.
I don't have an issue with them.
If Jews all gathered in Israel, it will save us the trouble of going after them worldwide. The history of Jews has proven that, regardless of the Zionist proposal, they are a people who are evil in their ideas. The state of the grandsons of apes and pigs, the Zionist Jew, the murderers of the prophet. The Jews invented the legend of the Nazi atrocities.
I don't have an issue with them.
That's got to be the most brain-dead, stupid-ass take of all time. Jews and Nazis in the same sentence. Jews supporting Nazis in the same sentence. It's got to be the most retarded thing. But this guy, Hassan, thinks that he's smart. Jesus Christ. Jesus
I can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah base. I mean, listen. Listen. You have to remember something, okay? A lot of these dudes, you see them in their fucking fits, and you hear about, like, some of their attitudes about, like, gay people, for example, and you immediately fucking resort to Orientalist perspectives, not realizing that these motherfuckers are better read than you by a million. Okay? Like, it's not a broken clock situation. No, dude. Half of these dudes literally get educated in America and in the UK. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
The more you learn,
this is why it's Orientalist. To literally look at these dudes and go, oh no, they're fucking barbaric baboons, and like sometimes they get this shit right. No, dude, he knows. It's crazy. He's read more books than you could ever imagine. Knowledge. And also, ultimately, he is regarded as a pretty brilliant a person in terms of like everything that he's done. You might not agree with his methods. You might not agree with his attitude overall in terms of like his opinions on civil liberties and shit like that. But ultimately, this motherfucker has read a shit ton of books.
Knowledge. I feel I've shown you guys enough evidence that Hezbollah is an evil terrorist organization.
I mean, anybody who looked on the internet could figure that out. But I mean, hey, the evidence is the proof is in the pudding, as we can say.
But have you considered this?
What you meant to say is Hezbollah is Muslim. Okay, that's what you meant to say. What you meant to say is they're Muslim. So of course, as they're Muslim, it's different.
If you're wondering why Hassan's audience is so radicalized, it's because of stuff like this.
Israel, America's greatest ally, the most important country in the world, the most moral nation, the most moral democracy on the planet, is ruthlessly and mercilessly bombing southern Lebanon, including southern Beirut.
What did Lebanon do?
They just kind of were there. They happen to be Israel's neighbor.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Even as someone who's critical of Israel, this retelling is fucking insane.
They just kind of were there.
Hezbollah started
I'm about to say
launching
that's
rockets.
a whole lot of cap. And the thing is the majority of this that goes on is it's a lot of misinformation, which is hilarious because that's what people were saying about my video when I was talking about how, you know, what was going on with trash taste and whatnot. But I digress, bruh. Just look it up, bro. It's literally right there. But because, you know, kids are too lazy to do their own research, it's now they get radicalized, and here we are.
Rockets into Israel hours after the October 7th raid began. They launched 12,000 rockets, killed nearly 100 people, including 12 children, and displaced 250,000 Israelis from northern Israel. That's what caused them to respond.
What did Lebanon do?
Shit. Why did he ask that? What do I say? Do I tell him the real reason? No, my audience will kill me for being a Zionist. Okay, let's try this. They just kind of were there. Hell yeah, another slick political saved by boots on the ground Hasan Piker. Damn, I'm good.
Even as a pro-Palestine activist, how does lying about this serve your agenda? All it does is further radicalize people. It removes any nuance, and it avoids any criticism for his team. And this is what continues to drive this conflict on forever. Hasan is dedicated to pleasing his radical audience, even at the price of knowingly lying to them for TikTok and Twitter likes.
And the crazy thing is, it's gonna blow up in his face. It's already blown up in his face because he just got the Trash Taste podcast all blown up. But it's going to blow up in his face later on. Whether it be now or later on in the future, it's going to blow up in his face.
Propagandist. Or he's being paid, which, you know, we can't rule out. What a pathetic propagandist piece of shit liar he is.
And now, let's move to Hamas, the catalyst for this entire thing. They're the ones that committed this horrible act of terrorism, one of the worst the world has ever seen, on October 7th. They are without a doubt the most extreme of all of these terrorist organizations. They are Islamic jihadists that want to convert all of Israel into an Islamic state under Sharia law. That's their stated goal. Hamas has been on the designated terrorist group pretty much as long as there's been a group. These guys have been suicide bombing civilians before ISIS leaders were even born. They fired 50,000 rockets into civilian populations and performed over 100 suicide bombings, killing thousands of civilians.
Yeah, but, you know, according to the idiots in my comment section, they're, you know, they're freedom fighters. They're the good guys. Okay.
Women are restricted from participating in the workplace and public life. Homosexuality is outlawed, and in some cases, of course, punishable by death. They steal foreign aid from the people of Gaza and repurpose it for military use, or they just sell it back to them. For example, why are all the Hamas leaders billionaires?
And let's be real, these guys clearly are not skipping any meals. While the people of Gaza languish in poverty, these fine gentlemen are living in multi-million-dollar penthouses in Qatar.
That lines up with leftist values. Or, well, they were billionaires. Because they're all dead.
Yeah.
They killed it all. They're all dead. Hamas is a bunch of psychopathic terrorists of the worst order. And nobody would be crazy enough to defend them. No, is this Islam again?
Yep.
Hassan defended Hamas?
Yep. And so did the idiots in my comment section, bro. So did the idiots in my comment section. Where is it? Where is that one comment? Where is that one comment at? Because I literally saw it before. You guys gotta see this shit. Like, I'm not lying. And keep in mind, my whole thing with Trash Taste and this whole thing with Hasan was the fact that, in my opinion, they should have done their research before inviting him on. Where the fuck is it? Yeah, see, like, look at this shit. Like, this is the nonsense that happens, bro. This is the nonsense that happens, bro. I'm not gonna read all this, but basically, in his eyes, because of the stuff that, you know, the U.S. got itself involved in with the Middle East, this guy thinks that they had it coming, you know, the whole, you know, 9/11 event. And yeah, it's actually nuts, bro. And then they even tried to lie and say Hasan doesn't support Hamas. Like you can't freaking make this shit up. You can't make this shit up, bro.
Seriously? Okay.
We had to make last-minute changes to this part to prevent it from being age-restricted on YouTube. I cut out the footage from Hamas, and I will attempt to narrate it for you as best I can. In this scene, an older woman is walking hand in hand with a girl who looks about 12. And as they're getting in the back of the van, one of the terrorists gives them a wave goodbye and says goodbye to them in English.
Goodbye. Welcome.
And the two of them smiling wave back.
That's crazy, dog. Dude. Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. That actually, okay, that's too much. That's too much. That's more than I expect. Bro, every time they're releasing hostages, the next wave they're gonna be like, actually, I'm good. Like, I'm staying.
These hostages are being released at gunpoint by the people who likely murdered their family in front of them before kidnapping them. Hasan peddling this.
You know why they're doing what they're doing? It's because in order for Hamas to get their propaganda out, they gotta make it look like the prisoners are being treated right, so that they don't look evil. So they have a guy who's usually recording with a camera, pointing at the hostages while they do these things to make it look good. And this, yeah, I know how this shit works.
Narrative that they're
I know
sad
how
to
this
leave
shit
their
works, bro.
captors is beyond disgusting.
The next wave they're gonna be like, actually, I'm good.
It's plainly obvious these are traumatized victims who are scared for their life and doing what the terrorists are telling them to do in order to avoid any conflict on the way out. Oh, look at the sweet masked terrorist with his AK-47. He's so nice. Did you guys see how he waves goodbye?
Dude, okay, I'm gonna be honest. This is some crazy PR. They look traumatized as fuck. Wait, what? Bro, they look like they're chilling.
This girl who had her foot blasted off on October 7th and then operated on without anesthesia or painkillers is so sorry to say goodbye to her captors. She's gonna miss their hospitality, like being raped and being watched showering and changing.
The next wave they're gonna be like, actually, I'm good.
This was like the biggest thing, bro. Like, how do you even, how do you even defend that, bro?
So obvious the terrorists are telling them what to do. Ethan, how can you say that? They look so happy.
Keep waving.
Keep waving. These morons forgot to cut out this part. Yes, that's a terrorist giving them an order to keep waving. And she does. See how fast she reacts? Totally not a fearful victim of terroristic kidnapping. Anyone peddling this nonsense should be embarrassed and ashamed. How pathetic can you get?
The next wave they're gonna be like, actually, I'm good. Bro, they look like they're chilling.
All right, the Houthis is one thing.
Chilling.
But
You know, we got kidnapped, held over a year, but we're chilling. You know, you can't make this shit up.
I'm not going to turn on Hamas propaganda videos and watch it on stream. There's no way. Okay, it's getting hard to defend him. Freedom fighters, musical shit.
Here is a
got
video
nothing.
that came out of how Hamas produces their own motherfucking sniper rifles.
He can hardly contain his admiration for them.
Produces their own motherfucking sniper rifles.
Like, at this point, he might as well just become a Hamas member glazing the shit. Like, he might as well become their news person, bro. Like, he might as well become their PR team with how much glazing he's doing. And it's actually insane.
Let's see how long he can go without offering any commentary or analysis on this Hamas hype video.
Is that COD?
Not gonna lie, editing's kind of crazy, but this, how Twitch hasn't banned this dude yet is beyond me, bro.
1 minute, 36 seconds. Nice. He's taken his time to analyze and think. I expect nothing less from a journalist such as Hasan.
Quiet, quiet, everybody. He's about to speak. He's gonna talk.
Nothing.
That's crazy.
Nothing, Burger, bro.
He's done it again. We love you.
Journalism. Jesus Christ. That's it, bro.
We will continue killing your soldiers by our locally manufactured snipers. Wow, there's a little message for the Americans out there as well. They're saying like artisanal snipers. So, why am I showing you this?
Good question.
That is
Why
a
are
really
you
good
showing us
question.
2 minutes of uninterrupted Hamas propaganda? I'm sure he has a good answer.
The reason why I'm showing you this is because one thing that the Israeli maintenance of the apartheid has shown us is that there are no half measures on genocide. You either got to hit the full gen, okay? You can't do half genocide, a little bit of displacement, and then continue maintaining an apartheid state and maintaining an occupation, okay? Which is basically what America did back in the day when, you know, we were building America, Manifest Destiny, right?
Hold on. You showed this to us because of Manifest Destiny? The fuck are you talking about? This is just word salad.
Nothing.
He's really saying
It's a nothing
here.
burger.
So he has no good reason.
None.
Got it.
Okay, fine. He likes Hamas. He watches their propaganda, but he's not going to deny the violent rapes that took place. That is way beyond the.
This is also another clip I know we're about to see right now. This is also another clip of why I heavily criticize the dude. Like, there's no excuse for this. There's nothing you idiots could come up with who are like Hasan fans. There's nothing y'all could come up with that could defend this shit.
Pale.
There is one instance in captivity that we have actually gotten verifiable evidence on. Beyond that, the systematized mass rapes that Hamas dealt on October 7, not a single bit of that has been verified. And people still run with it over and over and over again.
Many young people who are simply...
The fact that it happened at all is the main fucking problem. Are you fucking retarded?
attending a music festival. Women were horribly raped. As I said then, I say today, Israel has a right to defend itself.
What rapes did Hezbollah do? Bro, what rapes did Hamas do? What are you talking about? The Stop Anti-Semitism account that considered me to be anti-Semite of the week has also been hallucinating rapes once again, doing rape fantasies once again, because they're fucking mentally ill.
Hamas has committed horrific acts of sexual violence and took
women and girls, men and boys slaughtered after enduring sexual violence. The deadliest day for the Jewish people.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7. Like, that
This
doesn't
is the
change
clip.
the dynamic for me even this much. So that's the other part of this problem that many people that can't contend with. Like,
I can't believe how quick.
And people wanted me to support this dude and watch his streams for full context. Bro, if I did watch his streams before this, I would hate this guy even more. I already hate him as of right now. You think I was crashing out in my video that I made about trash taste, bro? If I had known about this bullshit beforehand or about more of this, I would have gone even fucking harder. And y'all wanted me to defend this dude? The fuck out of here.
Leftists go from believe all women to pics or it didn't happen. The vast majority of people, if not all, who were raped were murdered on the spot, obviously.
Gam Goldstein Almog was kidnapped
This is
from
the
her
dude
home
y'all
October
want me to
7th by
support,
Hamas
bro.
terrorists
Jesus
and was held
Christ,
captive
y'all are
for
brain dead.
51 days. Though only 17 years
Brain
old, she
dead.
witnessed the murder of her father and sister on that day and is now speaking out about what she witnessed in Gaza as well in a new
And how much would you want to bet that if she was to tell this story to Hasan, he would tell her that she's lying, like a dumbass.
documentary by Sheryl Sandberg, Screams Before Silence. In new footage, Agam reveals that sexual assault and rape was a regular component of the life as a hostage in Gaza.
Doesn't matter.
Well, no fucking shit. That's what they do. That's literally what these terrorists do. Like, why are we acting like this is a surprise? ISIS was doing the same shit. This is literally what they fucking do. But Hamas is a freedom fighter group, right? Oh my god, y'all are fucking, like, I swear to God. Every time I go back to that comment section and see these dumbasses literally defending the shit.
matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th.
Hasan, maybe you would like to call her
You're
a
cooked,
liar.
bro.
Please,
You're
go
fucking
right
cooked.
ahead.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th.
There are dozens of testimonies from witnesses, most of who were in hiding and heard or saw it happen.
And each week, there's more stories coming out. There's a UN report that concludes it happened.
Doesn't matter.
But Hasan needs a rape kit from a mutilated body. It's so vile to deny the suffering and trauma of the victims just because you need your heroes at Hamas to be perfect. This conflict will never end until people realize that Palestinian liberation and Israeli security are not mutually exclusive. You need both, and it can be done, but not while people like Hasan lie, propagandize, and incite hate. It's people like him, ironically,
Shit
that
is fucking
prolong the
wild how
conflict
people just defend
indefinitely.
this.
There's no space for conversation. There's no space for rational thought. There's no space for
Shit is
nuance.
wild.
My position on Palestine is like 5 degrees off from where Hasan is. And to him and his community, I'm the devil. I'm a Nazi. It's delusional thinking, and it's destructive to their own cause.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th. Like, that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much.
Dude is a fucking clown, bro. Not even a clown.
God forbid
I'm
you
not even-
throw up the fucking...
I'm not even gonna disrespect clowns like that. This dude is actually fucking evil. I'm just gonna outright say it. This dude is beyond evil. Like, how the fuck do you defend this shit?
Hamas banner.
Once again, you might as well.
What is this?
You might as well just be a part of the movement at this point. I'm gonna be real with you. You might as well just be a part of the movement at this point. With how much PR you're doing for him. Like, holy shit.
And now, let's move on to our next terrorist organization, Twitch TV.
Which, they're gonna be the ones... I don't know who's gonna suffer worse when this all blows up, bro. Twitch or this dude, bro. Holy fuck. Probably Twitch if I'm gonna be real.
Nasrallah, Dan Clancy. Of course, I'm being a little silly when I call Twitch a terrorist organization. It's only a megaphone for terrorist propaganda. Dan Clancy has been the CEO for a few years, and under his leadership, there's been a few notable instances.
I'm gonna be real when I say that the Twitch staff probably don't even know what to do with all this. And me personally, I think they should have dealt with it years ago. They should have dealt with this right when it started popping up, because now they have no idea what to do. And they've already let it go on for way too long, so it's not they can just start banning people without reason. Without it looking hella ridiculous, because they've been allowing it the whole entire time. It's just a bad situation for all involved. And when this shit blows up, whenever there's the next political crazy nonsense that goes on in the world, especially the Middle East, they're going to face so much backlash that it's not even going to be funny, because the first thing that's going to happen is, especially with the Middle East, the moment something happens, all these political streamers are going to start streaming the shit. And it's not going to end well.
There's one being reducing the premium subscription split from 70-30 to 50-50.
I mean, I'm about to say, yeah, Twitch was already cooked anyways when they did that shit. They were already fucking cooked. They're greedy as hell.
Reversed after backlash. He also attempted to ban the size of sponsored logos on stream to 3% of the size of the screen, was also reversed after backlash. So he's essentially achieved nothing. Oh, well, there is one thing. He actually laid off 900 employees. That one he did not take back. But here's where the trouble begins. He likes Hasan. He really likes Hasan. Let me read you an excerpt from a recent interview Dan did. Not a gamer himself, Clancy mostly watches musicians or talk shows on Twitch. He particularly enjoys leftist political commentator Hasan Piker. I like the frankness and the bluntness. He's comfortable saying whatever he believes. Don't you think that might be part of the problem there, Danny boy?
Yeah, facts.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th.
By speaking what he believes, he should be on Rumble with the other fringe radical political streamers. But no, not under Dan Clancy's watch. Dan has elevated him to the status of Twitch Golden Boy. And if you still have doubts...
Bro, it's like Pokemon, bro. She was basically untouchable. She's still untouchable to a degree, even though she left. If she was to join back on Twitch, she'd still be untouchable no matter what she does. It's like Pokemon all over again. Like, once again, I said in the beginning of this whole entire thing that once you get to a certain point in Twitch, once you get to a certain audience, you're basically invincible. Especially if they really value you or they really like you, you can't, like, there's no wrong that you can do. No wrong unless you do something crazy.
Let this settle the matter. Just for clarity, Dan Clancy is the one filming and singing in this video.
Happy birthday to you.
What the fuck?
Happy birthday to you.
Bro, we're never beating the Hasan runs Twitch allegations after this. This is crazy.
Y'all weren't beating him anyways.
Oh my god.
Happy birthday, dear Hasan.
This is crazy.
Happy birthday to you.
I'm cooked. I'm cooked.
Happy birthday from Twitch, Hasan. Happy birthday from Twitch.
I've been looking around and I genuinely have never seen another video like this anywhere.
Because you won't find another video like that anywhere. I don't even think they did that for Pokemon. Hell, they didn't even do that for Castanet, and he's the literal most paid streamer on that platform at one point. You know what they did for him? They sent him a back. You know what they did? They did the most racist thing possible, bro. They sent this man a pair of Jordans with the Twitch logo on it. I think it was like Nikes or some shit. They did not do this, bro. Holy fucking shit.
Or Dan
the
Clancy
glaze is
or any
crazy.
top executive forced all these poor sons of bitches during their lunch
And
break
you know
to
they
gather
didn't wanna
around in
be
the
there.
crew room and sing happy birthday
You
for Hasan
know they
Piker.
didn't
How
wanna be there.
humiliating is that? There's also a small issue of Dan being a total creep.
Want to explore clips?
Oh, yeah, and I remember this. Watch
That's
this.
very
Watch
nice.
this.
Now you have a clips feed.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
Suppose you want to
Cooked,
check out
bruh.
the story.
In 4K, this man got cooked.
To see what
All
you
he was
missed.
following was the freaking bathtub streamers, which then also confirms the fact that the only reason they weren't getting banned doing all the crazy shit they were doing is because this guy was out here following all of them. Probably paying for some of their shit too.
Yesterday. You click there, and now you're in your stories feed.
Bro, it's cooked.
Okay?
Okay. That's very nice.
Yeah.
That's also
Bro, it's cooked. He knew he was cooked in that moment too. He knew he was fucking cooked when he showed that shit.
Okay? Okay. Suppose you want to check out the story.
And he's forever
to see
gonna
what you
get
missed
clowned for that
yesterday.
too.
You click there,
Bro is cooked.
and now you're in your stories feed. Okay?
And I'm pretty sure all of them are OnlyFans models too.
that's very nice. That's also
I wouldn't be surprised.
okay.
Bro, the editing in this video is crazy.
You know, Dan, I would have let this creep narrative go. If it didn't happen twice, roll it.
You
Wait,
want
it happened
to
again?
See clips? Swipe this way and now you're
Nah.
the clips are, and that's not necessarily the
Nah.
It's gross enough you're a creep.
He's
But what an
cooked.
incompetent idiot you are. You're the CEO of Twitch and you get caught.
It's over, bruh. Oh my god, it's over. This is the reason why these hot tub streams and whenever that whole artistic nudity thing blew up, this is the reason why some of that shit didn't get banned and why you had girls literally damn near butt naked sometimes on stream and just doing the most wild shit and weren't getting banned. This nigga was probably following every single one of them, bro. Oh my god.
Caught with the fucking. You get caught with the girlies on your homepage twice?
Bro got caught in
Oh, come
4 fucking
on, dude.
K.
You got wife, man. Got daughters. We don't need to know about this. Don't want that in my head, bro.
He has a wife and
it's also
daughters?
a little bit disturbing considering
He's fucked.
You know, he's these people's bosses.
He's literally cooked.
All right, so he's incompetent. He's a creep.
He's
protecting
cooked.
terrorist propagandists.
How the fuck is this dude still married, bro? What the fuck? What?
So what's
Nigga.
up? So what's the big deal with Dan Clancy? Well, what happened next is what really made me realize how corrupted and rotten Twitch is to the very core of the organization.
I'm glad I stopped
First, let me introduce you to
this.
Frogan.
Oh god, this is about to be fucking good. This is premium content, bro. This is the idiot I was talking about earlier, where she made a fucking tier list talking about races. She made a tier list for race for like Arab people, bro. And don't even get me started on all the other bullshit that he's probably about to talk about. Oh my god.
Why don't you go take a trip to Home Depot and buy some rope?
She's one of Hasan's main moderators. She's leading great discourse like Ethan's Islamophobic.
She's the
for
moderator,
saying, Don't
too?
kill civilians.
Jesus
she has zero
Christ.
talent. She has 100 concurrent viewers, but somehow she's always on the homepage. She's winning awards. Nobody's watching her. Nobody cares.
How?
Why is she relevant? We don't know. It's important for me to show you guys what an actual horrible person Frogan is, so that you can see who Twitch is elevating. So let's start with this clip. Ludwig, a large streamer on Twitch,
Bro, it's
donated
been a while since I've seen Ludwig.
$10,000 to the Palestinian Children's Relief Fund. That's a wonderful thing to do, right? No, not good enough for Frogan.
I find ultimately, like, if I were to do a charity thing where the charity thing relies on your donations, it should be something where, like, 95% of people feel good and are down for it. And, like, ultimately, regardless of what you think, that is not the situation here. So I personally donated 10K. Because I think it is worthwhile. And if you guys got some extra bread, I would recommend you donate. But I won't throw it on you, you know what I mean? No thanks. And some people are going to say that, you know what I mean? That's why it's the difference.
This is a cracker take.
Between, like...
Bro, nigga, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Oh my god. I hate this. I dislike her a lot, bro. And for Hasan, Jesus, this is bro.
Hey, I can put my
for any
money
of
where
y'all
my
who were
mouth
supporting
is,
this bullshit,
but I
bro,
don't need to put your money there. I don't need to enter
You're
fucking
cooked.
debate.
You're cooked. If you haven't figured it out already.
I know Arabs are dying, but you know, I'm not gonna tell you to donate. Do whatever you want. Me, I donated $10,000, but I'm not gonna promote it. Just don't say you donated $10,000 then. Look, if you're not actively believing, if you don't believe in the cause, and if you're not against genocide at this point, like, keep your fucking money.
What is
Keep
with
your
Hasan
$10,000.
and her and just trying to bring up this genocide
Keep
point,
your little
bro?
chump change, like, what do you want? Do you want me to say like congratulations?
Bro, you're not even the most paid on Twitch. What the fuck are you talking?
Imagine being Frogan, a leftist living in LA in comfort, begging for her
Of course
rent
she
money
lives
on
in
stream,
LA.
and telling displaced
Begging
and famished
for rent
Palestinian
money, too.
children, "No kids, you need to give that 10,000 back." Ludwig
Begging
didn't
for
pass my
rent money,
purity
bro.
test.
Jesus fucking Christ.
But wait, there's more.
I have no pity at all for any fucking soldiers.
Bro, I remember she got cooked for this stupid ass take, bro. She got fucking cooked for this dumbass take.
Stress, thank you so much. I will never have any fucking pity for any fucking soldiers. U.S. military? Who fucking who? I hope you get PTSD. Oh my god, I want my fucking Camaro, no student loans. Fuck you. I hope you get PTSD.
You're fucking dumbass.
And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America.
This clip obviously made the rounds on social media and rightfully outraged a lot of people.
She
Here's
got
how she
fucking
responded the next
cooked
day.
for that
I hope you get
dumbass take,
PTSD.
bro.
And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America.
She looked dumb as fuck. Big forehead,
And they posted it in my head. I'm like, base?
Bitch, you are not based. I'm getting triggered here, bro. This is
base?
so fucking bad.
Like, am I supposed to be like, I'm not walking back on it. I still fucking agree with it. Base?
The smug defiance Frogan is showing is only because she knows.
Bitch, you're out here begging for rent money. Lower your freaking tone. Stop it.
That Twitch will do nothing to moderate her, despite veterans being classified as a protected group in Twitch's own community guidelines.
I'm so glad.
But
I'm so glad I don't stream on Twitch anymore, bro, because fuck that shit. Why the hell am I streaming on a platform like that? That is so... What the fuck are they doing?
Hey,
I mean, the platform was cooked
Okay.
anyways.
6250. 9/11 baking stream with Raph and Capri. If we get to this goal by 9/11, Capri, Raph, and I will make the Twin Towers out of a stacked cake. And we'll make an airplane. And we'll recreate 9/11.
Bitch, how the fuck is she not banned? Yeah, Twitch, you're cooked too. I mean, you were cooked anyways, but...
This
How?
tweet was the final straw for me. You'll notice the date is October 7th, 2023,
the morning of the massacre,
at 5:30 a.m. Pacific time.
At this moment, Hamas militants had infiltrated a music festival and several kibbutzim, where they began their wanton slaying of civilians. Here's what she tweeted.
Leftists preach and foam at the mouth at the thought of a revolution happening in America. But as soon as it happens in the Middle East, what they're doing is wrong. It's not what she said. It's when she said it. While she's on Twitter celebrating, I was listening to the local news in Israel. Families were calling into news stations begging for help. Let me show you what I mean.
Yo, that is fucking wild. That is fucking wild. And once again, these same idiots in my damn comment section defending people like this. Like, how, bruh? How? How, bruh? Like, how do you idiots defend this shit?
The morning of October 7th, Israelis were listening to calls like this all morning long. Dozens of them. Imagine reading this tweet after listening to this. This woman should have moved on years ago to another profession. But for some reason, Twitch is obsessed with keeping her on life support. And instead of moderating her, they actually gave her an award. Together for Legendary Woman.
Bruh, bitch, please. I know anime women that are more legendary than your bitch ass, and they're not even real. Shut the fuck up. You are not legendary. You are a dumbass. You are a fucking dumbass, bruh.
Which you would get front page placement all year long. This is actually my favorite.
This might be the most controversial take I say the whole video, but I'd rather have Pokemon get that damn award than your dumbass, bro. Holy shit.
Detail about Frogan. She won a Rising Star Award at the Streamer Awards, an award show put on by her friends. And then the next year, guys, she gets nominated for Rising Star again. Are they fucking with her? You can't be Rising Star twice. It's up or it's down, man. In fact, you were never up. That was the problem. They tried to pretend like you were up, but you were always down. Rising Star.
And then the worst part is like he shows, she's not even a popular streamer. The only reason she's getting put up there is because Twitch keeps promoting her. She's not even a popular streamer. In fact, the only people who probably know who she is either the small amount of dumbass fans that she has or the people who hate her rightfully. At least Hasan is popular to a degree. I can give him that. He's at least popular in this little bubble that he has where, you know, he's watched a lot, whether it be hate watching or people watching him for whatever reason. But at least Hasan got clout to his name. Even as bad as he is. But you ain't even fucking... You're out here begging for rent money from your Twitch chatters in California.
Twice. What's this, fucking Mario Kart? You hit a boost up there or some shit?
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Because Frogan is the two-time Rising Star champ, and because of her massive viewership of 100 concurrent viewers, it only makes sense that Twitch would give her...
I got more views on my damn YouTube channels. I got more views on my YouTube channel than she got fucking people on her Twitch channel. That is...
her one of the main stages at TwitchCon to do a 45-minute long segment. Her idea that was Twitch approved, an Arab to Jew racial tier list. So the premise is who can say Habibi, an Arabic word of affection like baby or sweetheart. And this tier list determines who can say it. Top and most desirable tier is Arab. And at the bottom, the worst one is, quote, loves Sabra. Now, why does Love Sabra equate to Jews? Sabra is a well-known Israeli company that makes hummus. They've been on the divestment list for many, many years, so the activists are well aware of their status. Oh yeah, and Sabra literally means a Jew that was born in Israel. It also plays up an anti-Semitic trope that denies Jewish identity in the Middle East. There's this idea that Israelis are all white colonizers who are stealing the culture and identity of Arabs to make it seem...
I'm gonna be real, the only white people I saw when I went over to the Middle East, not to Israel specifically because I didn't get to go there, the only white people I saw there were the people that were either working there as government contractors or people that came with us on when I got deployed. So where they're getting this shit from is kind of... I don't get it. I don't get it, bro.
seem like they belong there. Watch Frogan and her co-hosts accuse Israelis of culturally appropriating Arab culture.
The one thing that's like funny is that there's two types of like genocide, right? There's like genocide of real people, and then there's like cultural genocide, right? Like this is fucking funny. But, like, those motherfuckers trying to take hummus and say it's Israeli is the most insane thing to me.
Dude, the fact that they have the audacity to create sabra and make that like the staple hummus of America, insane.
It's super offensive to us, and like that's actual like cultural appropriation.
You know who she reminds me of? She reminds me of those really annoying, irritating girls who think that there's some shit, some like hot shit, and they're really fucking not. And holy shit, bro, Jesus Christ.
Like people get mad when someone has like dreadlocks, and they call that culture. I'm like, come on, it's just like a hairdo. Like it's okay. People like white people are allowed to have dreadlocks if they want dreadlocks, but like actually trying to claim our food, our desserts.
Just one question for you guys.
Who the fuck do you think is making the hummus in Israel? Martha Stewart? No, it's the same fucking Arabic-speaking Jews that you kicked out in the 1950s. Yes, they also like hummus, and they like all the same shit you do. Because they are you. They're from your country. You kicked them all out, and now you're accusing them of stealing your culture. You want to talk about cultural genocide? Well, here it is. You racist piece of shit.
Those motherfuckers trying to take hummus and say it's Israeli is the most insane thing to me.
Hey, scumbag, here's a hummus place we used to eat at. The chef is from Yemen. Here's another dude from Syria. Does this dude look like a white colonizer to you? Would you like to tell him he's stealing your culture? Well, this is what most Israelis look like.
Dude, the fact that they
have... once again, I didn't see that many white people overseas. I will tell you that right now. Hell, if I wanted to edit this video, I could literally show you a picture that I took with two people who are running an anime shop in the Middle East, because believe it or not, anime is really popular over there. Bruh, they were not white people. Like, you cannot make this shit up.
The audacity to create sabra.
This is casual bigotry being passed around like a leftist talking point. It's exactly why people are saying that anti-Semitism is coming mostly from the left. And yes, I know this dipshit is also Jewish. Incredible. He picked up so many tokens, he actually became one. And by the way, everybody on this panel is looking pretty fucking white themselves.
I must say, yeah, first of all, everybody there looks whiter than the people who actually live there. Like, what the fuck? The irony is crazy.
This in mind, it's really not a stretch to say that the Love Sabra bracket is a dog whistle for Israelis or Jews.
The next person is one of my favorite people, Ethan Klein.
I told you guys to clap.
This is a good reaction.
That was a good one. That's good. All right. Turn that up. Turn giraffes.
We all know where this is going.
You guys are missing a category for Zionist. That was a joke. That was just a joke.
Sure it was.
Stand up.
Sure it was, bro.
Well, obviously it's Love Sabra, right?
Yeah, it has to be.
That's easy. That's definitely Love Sabra.
She apparently consulted with the head of the KKK, and he told her more subtle. So if it wasn't obvious enough, they pulled me, one of the best-known Jewish creators, and immediately put me in Sabra. Hasan, by the way, who's Turkish, not Arab, is Arab. That's the good one. That's the good one. The Arab ethnicity is S tier. Then Denham's jokes that we don't have a category low enough for Zionists. Once again, calling out my Jewish identity.
Dude, where's the? You guys are missing a category for Zionist.
And if it isn't about being Jewish, why would they put Ben Shapiro in the thumbnail, one of the other most prominent Jews on YouTube, in the category next to me, when he's not even featured in the game? Who's next down there? Anne Frank? Einstein? Seth Rogen? Schindler? Well, he wasn't Jewish, but they would put him down there, let's be real.
Yeah.
It also doesn't help their case that both my wife and Ben Shapiro's wife were born in Israel, which would make them Sabras. So Love Sabra, literally in this case, means Jew lover. That sounds pretty racist. And what about the title? How Arab are these Twitch streamers? Hold on a minute.
That's gotta be the most
I thought this was about
freaking,
hummus.
Yeah.
You know, I'm tired of these people.
That's gotta be the
gaslighting
most
me.
racist
Haven't the
freaking
Jews
title
been
I've ever seen
gassed
in my
enough?
life.
So you're telling me you understand what a microaggression is, but you can't understand why a Jewish man might be.
Like, imagine how cooked somebody would be like, you know, somebody made a tier list based on black people. Like, what the... Or, like, colored people. Like, what are we doing, bro? Holy shit.
Uncomfortable with this. I feel like this is indefensible, blatant, obvious anti-Semitism.
They got cooked for
and this
doing
was
this shit,
greenlit
too.
by Twitch to appear on their main stage. How is that even possible? Right in front of their sponsors, too. Chevron, Capcom, and Samsung. This racial tier list was brought to you by our sponsors, Chevron, Capcom, and Samsung.
But that's what I'm saying. When this shit blows up, because it's going to, these sponsors are withdrawing their shit from Twitch so fast.
This is an example of Twitch management elevating a racist nobody like Frogan at the detriment of their own company's well-being. Why? After the predictable controversy this caused, Dan Clancy, the CEO, went live for the first time after 2 weeks and did an FAQ.
It's exciting to be here. Mary, thanks for having me. It's always a joy to do this with you. And we have a lot to talk about. And, looking forward to questions.
Let's take a look at some of the questions they got. This person asked, do you plan on addressing the anti-Semitism problem? Dan's response?
Nope.
Permanent ban. Why
Yep.
do you not ban streamers that show terrorist propaganda on your website? Good question. Permanent ban. Do you care to comment about the ADL and anti-Semitism on Twitch? Ban.
Why Twitch is cooked, bro.
Is the CEO
Twitch is cooked
for asking reasonable
Twitch is
questions
cooked, bro.
about a relevant controversy they've been in? What the fuck is this? These are not
They are
even
cooked.
written like in a mean way. You are banned, just like the entire country of Israel. It had just been discovered around the same time as this Arab.
Oh yeah, I saw something about that where it's like you can't stream. Like if your VPN shows that you're from Israel, you cannot stream from there. You cannot stream from there at all. Like if I was to make a new account, set my VPN to Israel, I wouldn't be able to stream.
Tier list that Twitch had secretly, without announcing it anywhere, banned the entire country of Israel from creating new accounts. This was enacted right after October 7th, and it continued on for a year. And if you're wondering...
Which is clever because on their end, how are they going to only show the Hamas propaganda if you got Israel and their people showing, that it ain't, Hamas is bad? Like, it's actually insane, bro.
How you didn't hear about it before, it's not because the Israelis weren't talking. Here's the top Israeli streamer's video about it, which is entitled, Twitch does not want Jews on their platform. He explains that they slowly started to realize no accounts could be made, and him and his fellow Israeli streamers were causing a lot of noise to get noticed. But Twitch completely ignored them for 5 months. When he created a support ticket with Twitch, it was straight up deleted with zero explanation. Around the end of the year, when people started talking about anti-Semitism on Twitch, Dan Saltman discovered the Israel ban when he was sent the code proving the block happened, presumably from someone who works at Twitch, and it could no longer be ignored. Israeli and American media started to pick up the story, which finally forced Twitch to respond. He also explains the block started on October 13th, which happens to be Global Jihad Day, when Islamic terrorists call on others globally to act, which he thinks is an odd coincidence. They were never notified in any way, and it greatly affected their business. He says he doesn't feel safe with Dan Clancy in power, as he feels he can no longer trust him. When Israelis try to
shouldn't be trust him anyways. Dumbass was out here caught freaking 4K apparently twice now with a wife and kids out here watching, I would assume, OnlyFans streamers on Twitch. What the fuck are we talking about? And let alone the fact that he's allowing Hasan and this other dumbass to be talking all the bullshit they're talking.
It gives you a generic error message. It doesn't say anything to suggest that you're ineligible because you're in Israel. So when one of these guys wrote to Twitch customer service, this is what they said. I am really sorry that you are having issues creating an account. We have reviewed your case thoroughly and can confirm that unfortunately you are not eligible to create a Twitch account. As a result, we will be closing your case at this time.
Under the new increased scrutiny, Dan Clancy panicked and posted 2 terrible explanations on Twitter that were immediately community noted.
How can Twitch say on one hand that they've reviewed the case thoroughly, and then on the other hand say it was
the only reason they respond is because it got backlash. Because if it didn't get backlash, they would have left it that way.
Accident, and they didn't know. This is all very fishy.
A big media company like Twitch doesn't realize that their new account signups from Israel has completely flatlined? You're telling me that you guys didn't notice that? That's impossible. Then, at the same time, it was announced that Sneeko, Fresh and Fit,
And the little Houthi twink terrorists were all unbanned and they could stream again on Twitch. This is like the holy trinity of anti-Semitism.
So guys, yeah, we're back on Twitch. Welcome. I know we had gotten banned or whatever, or we got suspended, but I went ahead and appealed it, and we're back in the house, man. So for all the haters out there that were like, you know, oh yeah, they got banned on Twitch. Hey, be mad. Be mad, guys, because we are back in the house. They can't stop.
Can't make this shit up, bro.
They did stop them. An hour later, all 3 of the accounts were eventually rebanned. But the decision
Can't
to
make the
unban
shit up,
those
bro.
3 creators at that exact time, and being 3 of the best-known anti-Semites on the internet, seems to clearly be trying to send a message. And then it was discovered that Twitch's head of policy and community guidelines was previously fired from her job publicly by the British government. Why? She does not like the Jews. That's right. Their head of trust and safety was previously suspended from her job at Ofcom for being too anti-Zionist. And guess where her very next job was at? That's right, Twitch TV.
You couldn't write this if you freaking wanted to, bro. You couldn't make this book about this if you wanted to, bro. This is, as you would say, absolute cinema.
Apparently she was posting pro-Hamas tweets only mere days after October 7th happened. That's so interesting. It sounds just like someone else we know. It's almost like supporting terrorists is institutional. Hell, it might even be a prerequisite. Take a look at this tweet from Twitch's senior manager of inclusive marketing, Bridget Chermating, on October 12th. People are posting screenshots of them donating to Israel relief funds. Shake my head, y'all are truly rooting for the oppressor. Read a damn book. This tweet was made only 5 days after the October 7th massacre. The donations she's criticizing would go to families like this, if they were still alive. This entire family was murdered in cold blood by Hamas terrorists on October 7th. Bridget, who did these little girls oppress? How can you act so high and mighty for your cause and be so callous and inhuman for the innocents on the other side? This statement was made by the senior manager for inclusive marketing.
Activist, man.
Is that some kind of joke? Is this what inclusion looks like at Twitch? Is it really crazy at this point, after all this, to say that Twitch has an anti-Semitism problem? I think it would be harder at this point.
It's not even a
to
problem
argue
at this
the
point.
opposite. Oh, Bridget,
It's
one more
just-
thing.
it's
Sorry,
just a thing.
I forgot. Can you tell me the answer to this riddle? What's the difference between a Boy Scout and a Jewish kid? I'm standing by. Let us know. And yes, it's true. I should point out this tweet is from 2011. This one, however, is from 22. Sarah Silverman tweeted out, Kanye threatened the Jews yesterday on Twitter and it's not even trending. Why do mostly only Jews speak up against Jewish hate? The science is so loud. Bridget said, this was the energy I was around when I worked with 2 Jewish women in social impact, who were both senior to me. She's trying to make Sarah Silverman seem like some kind of Jewish Karen for caring about anti-Semitism. I wouldn't really care about any of this.
If she wasn't the head of fucking diversity at Twitch, what the?
Which is such an oxymoron, bro. How the fuck are you the head of diversity but you hate Jewish people? Like, what the fuck? That's the exact opposite. Sorry, the jokes write themselves.
What the fuck is happening here? This is insane. So with people like her deciding what is and isn't okay on Twitch, there's no surprise that you end up with these extraordinarily uneven enforcements of the rules. Take, for example, this clip of the streamer Destiny. He was permanently banned for what he said here.
You know what's funny is when I first made my video, I know this is a long-ass video. If you made it this far, you're a goat. But when I made my video talking about trash taste and everything like that, there was an idiot in my comments talking about how I watched Destiny and shit. Like, I'm actually going to show y'all this shit right now. I think it's still there because I didn't delete a lot of the comments because originally I wasn't even going to react to this. I just left the comments there because honestly, hey, more comments equal more engagement. I don't really give a fuck. But where is it? Where is it? He's filling the algorithm. Where's that comment that idiot made? This was probably right here. This was about the only respectful comment I could probably tell y'all right now, this was probably the only really respectful comment, and even then it's still wrong, but this is the most respectful comment on this damn video. Where's that idiot that I found, though? See, here's the dumbass calling me a right-winger, even though I don't care about politics whatsoever. But where's the dumbass who was talking about... Where is the dumbass who was talking about I freaking watched Destiny or some shit? Yeah, this idiot. Whoever the fuck this moron is. Talk about 10 top biggest losers I've seen on the internet. 0 mention of specific takes, even though I did tell him what takes. And try to say that this is, top 20 streamer for years now, yada, yada, yada. Wanted to lose it. Like, this whole thing, bro. Absolute moron. I didn't even, bro, it was bad. These are the idiots in my comment section that are defending this shit, by the way.
Engaging with. There's just no point in doing it. Like, it's too, the risk of me, ending up getting, permabanned and my life destroyed because of these, inbred fucking disgusting losers is, it's just not worth it. It's just totally not worth it.
And okay, fair enough. If you're going to be consistent with the enforcement, then, let's have a friendly place, a safe environment. It's calling a minority group inbred, which results in a permanent ban. Okay. Okay, has anyone else done that?
The Jewish KKK brigades out there, just a bunch of fucking inbred hicks. Imagine
the jokes write themselves, man.
White supremacist
the
guy
jokes
you
write
imagine.
themselves,
Okay?
man.
Every week there was another
But
fucking
Hasan's a good guy, right?
Settler, inbred fucking douchebag. God, these inbred fucking douchebags in the background, dude. A nation entirely comprised of messianic, inbred.
But this guy is good, right? This is who I should be
psychopaths that
supporting.
these inbred don't understand. Educated, inbred, fundamentalist hicks.
Calling us in the middle of campus, calling us inbred, that we have no culture. One of them grabbed my friend's Israeli flag in the middle of campus, carried it to a mob by the gate that were communicating with the angry mobs outside of campus.
Bro.
Untrained, inbred asses shipped into southern Lebanon, telling us that we are all inbred and that we have no culture.
You want to see clips?
Inbred.
Yeah, wild work.
The clips are, and that's not necessarily the algorithm.
Wild work. Wild work, man. But nah, Hasan's a good guy, right? That's what my comment section was trying to tell me.
Hasan, a non-Jewish person, is referring to Jews as inbred consistently throughout his career.
Inbred, ultra-Orthodox psychopaths.
0 punishment. Hasan interviewing a Houthi pirate.
The Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing...
The same one that people in my comment section wasn't telling me that it wasn't a Houthi pirate, by the way.
He would do. You should tell him that.
0 punishment. Hasan watching terrorist propaganda with 0 critical commentary.
They do they do musicals. They're very musical people.
Are you fucking musicals, bro?
0 punishment. Hasan threatening a sitting congressperson. This one actually blew my mind. When I saw he tweeted that, I said, he's done after this for sure. For sure he is.
For those that may not recognize this weapon, I'll explain. Shinzo Abe is a former Japanese prime minister. He served from 2012 to 2020. He was assassinated in July
yeah,
of
I remember that.
22.
Somebody
And
made... So the thing with this and why it's so important is in Japan, not even the police have guns, to what I know. And in order to have a gun, you have to be, licensed for the shit. So this guy literally made a homemade gun and tried to kill... Well, not try to kill, we already know. But, assassinated the prime minister of Japan. And that was 2022? I think that's 2022 or 2023. But yeah.
Stunning fashion that left the Japanese public horrified. He was killed with a makeshift weapon that the shooter had built himself at home. So when Hasan saw this tweet that he didn't like, he posted the schematics in what can only be presumed as an invitation to someone in his fan base to build this weapon and then assassinate this sitting congressperson.
By the way, I have no liking for Tom Cotton. I think that Tom Cotton's a dumbass. I'm gonna be real with you. But to do this shit and somehow not get banned,
who wrote a tweet he did not like. I genuinely do not know how he didn't land himself in prison for making terroristic threats.
Zero punishment.
Oh, honestly, I'm betting that's probably the reason why after Trump got elected, he moved straight to Japan. Because he knows damn well that he's probably about to get investigated for all the bullshit he's been doing.
Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist blood.
Because I'm going to be real, with all the content here on YouTube, the FBI could honestly make a case against this dude. To a degree. Not an actual case that they'd be able to, do anything with, but they could get pretty damn close.
And this isn't just a Hasan problem. It underscores a disturbing trend among leftists on Twitch. The problem is, if you can believe it, these people are frequently making death threats and facing zero consequence. I know it sounds far-fetched, but I assure you it's very real.
Listen, I'll up the number, okay? 30.
Oh, yeah, I remember this. I think it was like she put a bounty on Asmongold or some shit like that. That shit was wild. And I don't even think she got banned for that.
$30K to anyone who'll make this dipshit disappear.
Bro, that Destiny guy needs to get
Oh, never mind. My bad. My bad. It was Destiny. Was it Destiny or Asmongold? Somebody let me know. But, yeah, no, even still, that shit is wild.
not gonna fucking
We out here
lie.
putting bounties on
It
people
was
now?
so easy to just, it was so, like, solve all of our problems. Like, we would have socialism now at this point, right? We would have socialism at this point if someone just went out of their way and it would be so easy.
Thing that happens, I mean, like, holy shit, guys. If you live in Florida, I have an opportunity for you. If you want to earn $100,000, let me know.
Actually, Mike from PA, the dude that's stuck in the before image of a transformation story, did receive a 3-day ban.
This man put a bounty on a fellow streamer's head. This man should not be getting a 3-day suspension. He should be getting a knock on his door from the FBI.
Shit,
I
all of
made
them
this video
should.
for 2 reasons. First, to stop Hasan infiltrating mainstream media. Hasan has been welcomed by many mainstream outlets. They view him as a friendly social democrat, as someone who's just trying to spread progressive politics online to an important demographic. But we know that's not true. He is not their friend or their ally. If you ever see Hasan rubbing shoulders with anyone from mainstream media, let them know politely, with all the civility in the world, what kind of person he is when he thinks mainstream media isn't watching. Help them understand that his name should be associated with people like Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones, other fringe, radical, political commentators. Number 2, Twitch must be held accountable. Twitch has proven that it will not change by choice, and so it is our moral imperative to enact that change through any reasonable means that we can. Samsung, Chevron, and Capcom. Twitch has given them a lasting association with a racial tier list with Arabs at
I'm letting you know when this shit drops, bro. I said it before. When this shit drops, all of them are gone, bro. They're going to dip out of Twitch so quick, and it's going to cause one of the biggest crashes on that platform that we've ever seen.
the top and Jews at the bottom. These brands have every right to know, and they should. We all recall YouTube's adpocalypse. It happened when ads were running over ISIS recruitment videos, and it caused a brand exodus. The same thing is happening now on Twitch, but instead of ISIS, it's the Houthis, Hamas, and Hezbollah. Dan Clancy's refusal to moderate extremists is the only reason for any of this. He is the sole person to blame. He had so many opportunities to stop this. Ultimately,
Shit, it's
after
too late
dedicating
now.
months of my life to creating this video, I am left with one overwhelming conclusion. Fuck this dude.
Shit, facts. Shit, he's speaking facts. I know this is a long ass video. Shit, what we at right now? Shit, we at 2 hours, 2:42. Shit. I would say that's pretty, yeah. And once again, in my comment section, going back to that, in my comment section, these idiots, probably Hasan, brigade supporters, as he said, bring out the brigade. These idiots in my comment section are the same ones who want me to support this dude. After everything that we just witnessed on screen, we all watched the damn thing. We all saw the evidence. And these morons in my comment section want me to support Hamas and Hasan and try to convince me that Hasan is a good dude and that I'm spreading misinformation, even though I didn't even say much about Hasan outside of that. I've seen a couple of clips. The dude is fucking cooked. The dude is fucking cooked, bro. Like, there's no excuse that none of these idiots could make. None. But other than that, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So I'm honestly gonna leave a like on the video. I'm gonna be real. This guy cooked. He showed a lot of evidence. He didn't, sugarcoat none of it. And yeah, I'll leave the link down below if you guys want to check it out. But that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next one, I guess. Leave your comments and your thoughts down below, because I already know damn well you'll probably already have by this point anyways. I already know there's a lot of people that probably didn't even watch the video. They probably skipped right through it. But either way, the truth is out. I got my information, and F Hasan Piker, bro. Like, actually fuck this dude. Because this is some bullshit. And fuck anybody who actually associates with him, too. At that. Because there's no way you're going to convince me that anything he just said, any of the evidence that I just witnessed, is anywhere near alright. Or even acceptable. Fuck him. Hey, y'all. And you know what's funny? Is you know who to blame for this bullshit? For me not liking this dude as much? I didn't like him that much before. But now I hate the dude. You want to know who to blame? Blame the dumbasses who are trying to cheer this man on in my comment section. Because they're the ones who pushed me to make this video. They're the ones who got me curious about investigating this guy more than I already had. I didn't really do that much investigating until these idiots tried showing up and telling me to look for more information about him. Well, I looked for more information, and here we are. I still don't like the fucking dude in that. Right now, I hate the dude. The dude's a fucking scumbag. And honestly, even the worst villains in anime probably can't be compared to this dumbass. But without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one, bro. Didn't want to really make this video, and honestly, I feel like that. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's pretty much gonna be it. Shit. I'll see you guys in the next one, y'all.